Evening all, welcome along. A Friday night live stream. It's the Football Free Zone. Evening to BBB, Andy, Tom's, Gus, everybody's in the room. Evening, Crumbly. Yeah, it is a Friday night Football Free Zone, and I've got a little bit of a Mohican going on here. I've got a helmet head from today, so literally about half an hour got in from the garage, so just grabbed a quick bite of tea, and I've just sat down to do the live stream, and Amazon turned up at the door, so hence why we're 2 minutes late, because I had to sign for the delivery, but luckily the missus wasn't home to see her Prezi, so that's all good. Right, the link for the StreamYard is up in the side chat if you want to come and jump in like this guy has done down here. Popping up, we have Tom's evening, buddy, from Tom's TC. Yeah, good,
right, guys.
Good. Looking good. Yes, good.
Thank you.
Beer of choice tonight is, I said we're going to go Mexican arse beer, so Sol.
It's a good beer.
What have you been up to?
Obviously, went up to Motorcycle Live on Saturday last week. That was pretty good. And then working. So,
yeah. What did you think of the bike show? I thought it was a bit lackluster this year, should I say?
Only one big Italian.
Yeah.
Ducati. No, and then it was just like, look at all these electric bikes. Chinese electric bikes, that's all it was. And everything just looked a bit boring. There's no like nothing new. We're all used to seeing the same thing, and it's all just becoming standard.
There was no Oxford products.
No.
None of the big helmet manufacturers like Arai, Shoei. Everybody had little helmet stalls, you know, the traders that were doing all their helmets. I did notice because we were looking around. We saw Viper. Now Viper were there, and obviously had a chat with the reps. Now we stocked their products. We went off onto another stand. And Phil went, oh, look, Viper do the Bluetooth helmet. I said, I did the blog on that about a year ago. The one that will link up to WhatsApp. It's cheap. It's cheerful. It's 149 quid. And he went, no, it's not. It's 109. They've got it on their stand for 199. I went, no, it retails at 149. They marked it up 50 quid for the bike.
Yeah, but that's what I noticed. A lot of places were marking stuff up and then knocking 20% off.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't. I didn't agree with that, and it was. I mean, it was a good show. Everything's just a bit the same. It's very samey. There's nothing new, and I think a lot of manufacturers are just playing safe now. So
yeah, there was nothing because obviously Kawasaki. My love is Kawasaki. Went on the Kawasaki stand. They've got the Versys, but they've not thought of doing a full-on. They've got the SS 1000, like them, but there's nothing big like the GTR. And I said to them, you've got nothing like the GTR for touring. You've got the Versys, but you don't do anything bigger than the Versys to match like BMW.
No.
And then obviously we went round the stands. I was very, very upset at Honda. I've always wanted an Africa Twin. It was one of the very first bikes that I went over to our local Honda dealers, sat on it, and I was on tiptoes and couldn't hold the bike up. They brought in the lower seat version. So got up on the stand. I said to Phil, look at this. If that was naked, a naked woman, that Africa Twin would do it for me. Sat on the Africa Twin, got chatting with the rep, and I said to him, how much is the full-blown DCT Africa Twin? Oh, it's 17,499. Brilliant. Okay. But what if I had like the panniers, the top box, the extra wrap round bar? Oh, that's another £2,800 on top. And I'm like, really? Oh, yeah, it comes as a bare bike. You add your own extras on it. All right. Any chance of getting a demo? Can I get like a demo ride on it? Or, you know, can I vlog it? Can I do a vlog because I motor vlog? No, we're not doing any demo rides. You buy the bike, and if you like it, that's for you. I said, but what if I buy the bike? I don't like it. Oh, well, you're stuck with it, aren't you?
It's crazy. It's my last video. I'm talking about this, the new one that I'm doing now. You're looking at 20 grand for a bike off the shelf. It's crazy, and that it's to be able to for manufacturers to be so arrogant to expect people to just go, I'll have that one. is ridiculous. And 10, 20 years ago, a new bike was costing you about 8-9 grand. So I know that's, inflation and stuff like that, but it's so, they just want you to have it all on the strap. That's what they want. Yeah. They want you tied up for 3 years.
Yeah, the big thing was, obviously Andy's got that GSA. The more I look at Andy, blame him. Every time I look at that GSA of his, I do like the bike. And I've sat on it and tried it out, and it is bloody comfortable. But I went on the BMW stand, and luckily one of the girls there, she was chatting away to me, and we're just like nattering BMW. And I said, "Oh, I like the M1000 you got on, nice bike, but I'm really into like touring bikes at the moment." I said, "But a friend of mine's got the GSA," and she went, "Oh." And then this guy come over and he went, "Hello, Rev, how are?" And I went, "Oh, hello." He said, "Yeah." He said, "I'm from Wollaston BMW." He said, "I'm the area rep." He said, "I recognised you from like you go at Wollaston a lot." And I went, "Yeah." I said, "But how much is the GSA bare boned, or how much is it with the extras in?" And I told him the Honda story, and he went, "No." He said, "If you want the GSA," he said, "we've got a few left there. It's a limited run of them at the moment because they're hard to source. You're looking at 18.5 grand." And I went, "Right." He said, "But that comes with the panniers and the top box." He said, "If you want like the extra sat nav on the top, that's a little bit extra. If you want like the extra bits around the front, you can add them, but it will come with the panniers, the aluminium panniers and the top box." And I went, "Oh, for 18.5 grand. I said, "I'd love to get out and have a ride on a BMW." He said, "Yeah." "Whereabouts you live?" I went, "Milton Keynes." And he went, "I'll sort you out a ride with Wollaston BMW." He said, "But if you're going to vlog it, basically they don't like vloggers there." He said, "Because they vlog the bike, they've got the reg plate in it, and then someone goes in, sees their bike online that they're going to buy a demo bike." And I said to him, "No, I won't include the reg. I just want to go out, do a little ride on it, just for my own thing." "Well, book a date. You can pick it up on the Saturday morning and bring it back on the Monday morning and have it for the whole weekend and just go and ride it as long as you put the fuel in. Our insurance, but if you drop the bike, it's a £900 excess." And I'm like,
"It doesn't fall very far on those pistons."
No, exactly. But then I said to him, I said, if I've got the option, I have the money in the bank. I've got 20k put away, stashed away. But it is my savings fund for obviously when I finish what I'm doing. But I said, "I've got the money there to do it." And he went, "Hang on a minute. Let me just give us your name, give us your address. What do you do for a living?" I said, "Well, I'm a motor vlogger, bike mechanic, but I'm self-employed, but I work for..." "How long you worked at Eclipse?" I went, 9 years. And he went, "Oh, right. Have you got your tax returns for the last 3?" And I went, "They're on my phone because I've got QuickBooks." And I went, "That's my end of years for the last 3 years." And he went, "You're approved for 20. He said, "I can get you credit for 20 grand. The bike will work out at £391.67. So 400 quid.
Yeah, it's not bad."
He said, "No deposit. We can do it at 400 quid. Or if you want to put 4 grand down," he said, "that will bring it down just under 300. And I'm, "Yeah, but what's that over 5 years?" He went, "No, 3. And I'm like, "Oh, bloody hell. That's pretty darn good over 3 years, working it all out." He said, "Yeah, it works out." He said, "If you do through the BMW finance, we do it at 6%. Which is good. Which is pretty darn good." And I said to him, I said, I'm in two minds. I'm not going to decide on it this year. I should probably wait till April when we get back into the decent season next year. But Andy's just told me 5.9%. Yeah, 5.9%. Yeah. And for something like that, you're looking at 400 quid a week. It's £100 a week, £400 a month. What's 100 quid a week now? You'd go and blow that down the boozer normally. And that's a brand new bike. And I am so tempted now, keep the GTR, but the BMW, the thing is the GTR, I can't take down country roads. I can't go up climbing up bloody hills like Andy does with his GSA. Some of those roads in Wales that he's gone and chucked it up. I'm like, do I seriously think now?
Do some green laning.
Do some green laning and get a second bike. Yeah.
Do it on the GSA.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exeter Rider did it with Epic Adventures, is it? Epic Motorcycle Adventures on his. Yeah, he dropped it though, didn't he? Bless him.
Yeah. Changed to the rest. Maybe Rhythmic will go to BM2. Yeah. There's some really good deal, but the guy at BMW bent over backwards, and yet Honda, didn't give really two hoots.
Yeah, it all depends who you get, doesn't it, at the stand as well. Who's been hanging around all day. But I had a really good chat with Dot Motorcycles. That was quite interesting when I was there. That's quite an interesting story. But there's like it was so busy on the first Saturday we were there. Like literally, you could not get to the bikes. And
Andy, I'd love to take the bike out tomorrow, but I am on the spanners from 7 until 6 tomorrow. Someone's cocked up in the workshop today, so if you're up Sausage, I might take it up and down do 500 yards up and down the road. But the thing is, with a demo bike, if I drop a demo bike, then I'm sorted. If I drop Andy's bike, I'll never live it down. So I've only got 2 weeks to wait till I get this GSA for the weekend, because I'm going to book a weekend off and just spend the weekend. I might even go sort of go up and visit Peaky or something up north and have a nice long ride on it. Just get myself all the way up there and just see what it's like for about 300-400 miles.
My mate had one, and he did a road trip up to Sweden and back on it. So he loves it. He loved it for that. And he always goes back to them because he just gets a new one every 3 years, but and just chops and changes the bikes. But he'll go for a different bike and then go back to the GSA. So
yeah, it is something that I am considering, because it's got all the bells and whistles, and you've got all them little extras. You can change all your different modes. I don't know if it's got cruise control, but yeah, if you drop my nose, scratch the bars. That's true. Yeah, can't go that far, can you on it? Yeah, good bit of kit though. Absolutely,
pick it back up.
I'll tell you what, I'm so seriously tempted by BMW, because there's just so much on offer at the moment, and there's no other manufacturer around that can match what they're offering.
I was having quite a good laugh sitting on the K1600 bagger. I could see myself on one of them if I had a bit of money, and like just go for a cruise, But the amount of buttons on it is just crazy. So.
And the only thing I've got to buy, the optional extra is just that little sat. It's got the SOS on it as well, so you break down, you hit the button, or if you fall over, it does it.
Sorry,
for
button.
you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Did you?
I think the sat nav's about 400 or 500 quid. So and then as Andy said, put a tracker on it. That will drop your insurance down as well.
Oh yeah, sort of bike. It does everything.
So it's definitely something that is in the pipeline that I am going to consider possibly for next year. As Crumbly said, BMW's cornering the market in adventure bikes at the moment.
Trouble is, everybody's copying them, so everything's coming up to sort of match them. So they've got to do something else. They're going to bring out the 1300, aren't they, next year?
Exactly.
But that'll be alongside the 1250, because I don't think they're going to replace the 1250. They're going to have that's the rumours anyway, that they're going to have a 1300 a lot, which is going to be a bit more aimed at sporty side of things, but be interesting to see what that comes along.
Yeah. Here we go. Andy said, "Don't get the Zumo XT. Don't buy the BMW one." Yeah, Andy's the one. GSA stuff. Andy is the man. He's obviously been there, done it, had the T-shirt.
He wants to get the 1300.
Yeah, awesome bike. Slumpy though. I don't use my bikes enough to want a GS. Andy's got his name down for the 1300. Yeah. So if Kawasaki would turn around tomorrow and say, right, we're bringing out a GTR 1500 or a 1400 turbocharged or supercharged, then my name would be on the list and I'd be down there with the money. Here's my card. How quick can you take the money out of my bank account for me? But at the moment, there is nothing around. The GTR is great. It knows its way to Super Sausage at home, and it's good for sort of 150 miles before your arse starts hurting, because I've had the seat lowered. But how far can you go on a GSA before your arse starts hurting? You're looking 300-400 miles easily, or at least 5-6 hours riding before you even want to get off and have a pee. Andy said the service and staff at Wollaston fixed it. Yeah, they can't. Those guys literally, they've been on the phone to me. I've been emailing them backwards and forwards, because he's like, "When do you want to book it? When do you want to book it?" And I'm like, you'll have to hang on, mate, because I've got a busy work schedule. I'm on the spanners on, so you're gonna have to wait for me. But he said, when you're ready, mate, he said, there's 2 sitting in the showroom. Just give us a date. We'll book you the insurance up and just come and have it for the weekend. So that customer service is the one thing that you've got to push at the moment. because people haven't got the money, and they want to go to someone that's got a decent customer service and reliability and a decent database. Yeah, done Scotland, no bother, no pain, no butt pain. Yeah, exactly. And you can't beat BMW service. You know, you do pay for it, but you know, it's like, do you go down and buy a Lidl's bacon roll, or do you want to go down the road and buy a Harrods bacon roll? You know, they both look the same, but do they both taste the same? Absolutely not. One will probably be bland and horrible, and the other be, you know, I want to buy another one. So,
did we all like the Norton stand?
I thought the Norton stuff, that was probably one of the better stands there, you know.
The only thing is, I was very surprised. I'd not seen an i6 in the flesh before. And one thing that surprised me was that swing arm. It looked like they went, oh, we need a swing arm, stick this on. And if you compare that to the Thruxton looks better. And if they're two very similar bikes. But with regards to the V4s, stunning. Yeah, beautiful bikes.
The one thing that always gets me every year, and you know, it's not my type of bike, but the actual welding, the fabrication, the frame on them is those CCMs.
Yeah, not a great finish on them, but couldn't spend more than about an hour on them, could you?
No, exactly. You know, it's going to be uncomfortable as hell. But you know, it was a gorgeous looking point. The fours look good, but not the twins. Yeah, definitely on that.
That's the Norton stand.
There was one stand, I think it was up in Hall 2, and it was like the adventure bike trail course, and it was like a muddy load of old. It looked like an off-road course basically. And I went down and I said, Phil said to me, he went, God bloody hell, he said, that'll be your element, motocross bike. And I went, yeah. I said, but you know me, I'd be rooster in the mud up off the back wheel, I'd be jumping everywhere. And I went up and chatted with the bloke, and he went, no, he said, you take round the course, so what you've got choice, you can take a 125 round, you can take a 600 round, or you can take an Africa Twin round. And I went, oh, where do I sign up? Well, the list's an hour long. And I went, that's all right. I've got an hour to wait. What's the rules? And he went, maximum of 10 miles per hour, no jumping the bike, no rear wheel roosters, and you have to go round the corners correctly, no rear wheel sliding. I went, well, what's the point in that then? He said, well, it's
just be on the gravel or on the tarmac.
Yeah. He said, and you have to stand up in the seat. You're not allowed to sit down. You have to stay stood up in the seat all the way around the course. And I'm like, what's the bloody point in that then?
I think the best thing to do is go to the ABR and test the bikes there. Honestly, there's no better event. You can just go out on the bikes. You can take them off road. So, oh mate.
Gesto and Lane are here. So, oi, Savaloy, Emma and Carlos are here. Yay. Peaky's about somewhere as well. Loving the new look bombers. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. The beard's getting there. Yeah.
I shaved mine off.
Yeah. It's only the fact that I just ride so much, and I was getting a very red chin when I got off the bike, just because the wind kept going under it with all the water. So I'm like, right, sod it. Grow a beard. But the missus said to me, she went, you remind me of the guy off of the Muppets. And I went, what are you on about? She went, because he's got that little bit of grey at the bottom. And I went, oh, piss off. And she went, wait till it goes all grey. You can be Father Christmas.
Distinguished gentleman.
Peaky's watching the game, then he'll be on. Yeah, there's not much to watch on England, and I can't even know who's playing. Is it England, America, or something? Or...
Yeah, England versus USA.
Oh well, so yeah.
I don't even know what the score is. My wife's watching it. Still
I'll tell you what, football bores the absolute pants off.
Yeah, I'm not a massive football fan, but I will follow things like League of Things.
Yeah. As I say, rugby is 11 guys on a pitch playing with a rod-shaped ball.
I can do that on my own on the sofa.
Exactly. The only sports that I tend to be in is motocross, speedway, the old MotoGP, the Isle of Man, and that. But I do like a game of cricket. And the missus went, "What?" that's boring. I went, no, because I said, what you do, you sit there in a cricket match and you have about 6 pints around you and you just sit there sipping your pot and you sat in a deck chair, so you can just get pissed watching blokes run backwards and forwards.
My dad's a massive cricket fan. I remember when I was a kid, it would be on the telly at the weekend and just nothing else. That was it. He just didn't watch anything else apart from the cricket. So I just completely put off by cricket now. Just lost.
Oh yeah, Peaky. If you didn't see on the chat, Peaky went up and met Boo, Rhythmic, Red, and all the boys up at the Motorcycle Live today. So that was a good day. Yeah, some of us had to work. We went up Sunday, but no, it weren't bad. It weren't bad.
Yeah, well, when I was Saturday, I took a packed lunch. I'm glad I did because it was mental. So.
Yeah, did you see the price of food up there?
Yeah, it's insane. Absolutely bonkers.
I said to Phil, I said, I'll buy the food. You get the first round. Becca bought the second round. I bought 4 bacon rolls and with a cheese slice. And it was literally one of those peel-off Tesco cheese slices slapped on the top. Yeah. The bacon was cold. The bap, she literally bag of baps, pulled them out, bump, bacon in. £7.50
for one.
For one bacon roll with a cheese slice, £7.50. So that was 30 quid for 4 rolls. Phil bought, I think he bought 3 pints of beer, a rum and coke, and a glass of wine, and it was 36 quid. And that was it. We stopped there. We come out the bike show and we drove straight to Wetherspoons. Whole meal with drinks, 13 quid.
It doesn't make any sense. I don't get how they think. We brought a coffee and a tea a couple of times. I think that came to about 7 quid for a coffee and a tea. A bit of hot water.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy. I just...
getting a bit on the bike, so I'm still having problems with my foot. So next breakfast run, meet up or something. Yeah, we're always up the sausage on a Sunday, or we might come down to you. Next year, I'll be going further afield, so 100 mile on the GSA.
come down to Somerset.
Come down to Somerset for the day. Yeah. Do it in a day.
Get some proper cider.
Yeah, you should. I'll take you down to the cider place down the road.
No, we've been to when we were there. Absolutely shit faced.
There was hilarious because we followed a couple of guys in. And they walked in with cans of Coke, and the old security guard looked at you. Oh, it's all right, boys. Oh, yeah, we're drinking Coke. And then his mate, the pair of them were giggling. I went, what? And they've got rubber peel over Coke things underneath. They've got a tin of lager.
Nice.
And he got these plates. He said, I said, where'd you get them? He said, if you go on eBay and you type Coca-Cola cover, he said it's like a rubber silicon cover and it looks like Coke. And he said you put it over a beer tin and you can sneak into a festival. Like, oh, I've got a Coke, mate.
They'll be checking that next. They'll get wise to that.
Yeah. It's like really good though. Weekend down there. Yeah, definitely a weekend down there. So it's something to come out. And then Andy can tell me about all the extras you can get for BMW as well.
AliExpress is your friend.
Yeah.
German quality with Chinese crap on it.
The thing is, I bought the fender extender, right, and the rear hugger, right, and they're an exact copy of what you can get from Nippy Norman's. Nippy Norman's 200 quid, AliExpress 33 quid.
Yeah, it's crazy. You can get good stuff on there.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with them. There's something that's going to be stuck under a mud guard and covered in shit. I'm not paying 200 quid, sod that.
Have you brought anything from AliExpress recently?
I bought a few things and they've been all right. My headlight guard's fine. The fender extenders were great. A few other little bits and bobs. Yeah, they've been pretty good.
No issues with customs?
No problem at all. Most of the stuff turns up within 2 weeks.
They've got a lot of warehouses over here now.
Yeah, I've not had any problems with them at all. Some of their stuff questionable, but for the bits I put on the bike, I ain't got a problem with that.
I think as long as it's not electrical and stuff like that, you're fine.
Exactly. I mean, this is just like bolt on bits and bobs, little bits, like the spotlight guards and things like that. I'm not going to pay 30, 40, 50 quid over here when I can get them for a tenner over there.
Peaky popping down to Somerset on Sunday?
No, Super Sausage.
Oh.
Yeah, may pop down to the SS Sunday. Yeah, Super Sausage.
I've looked at that. They give rain on Sunday till midday, so I might skip it.
Yeah.
I'm looking for puddles on the new bike.
I don't mind a little bit of rain. I've been out and got soaked twice this week. We finally got the type sorted out. High resistance cable. You know, wiring ain't the best when you get water on it. But that's sorted out. Done 2 runs on it, 3 runs on it, 42 miles, and got soaked for 2 days. Went out today. Luckily, it was all right until I got about 2 miles from home, and then it chucked it down again. I was like, yes.
I've got to, my loom on the MT-01 has got a bit of a split in it, so I've got to figure out how I'm going to cover that up. But didn't.
So what? Quick question: what is the difference between an MT-01 and an MT-10?
Well, an MT-01 is a V-twin 1700 air cooled, and was produced from 2005 to 2012, and the MT-10 is the Yamaha R1 derived naked bike. So they're totally and utterly different bikes. One's a balls out mental naked, and the other one's, you know, a bit of a lazy cruiser engine.
The other one's a Yamaha.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, they are totally. And it's funny actually because the amount of people that go look at it and go, "Oh, is that an MT-10?" It's like, no, MT-01, the granddad. So
there we go. So yeah, that's all the people that keep saying to me, "Oh, he's got the numbers the wrong way round." No, it's an MT-01. It's an MT-01.
They weren't particularly popular at the time, so no one knows about them. They're totally rare. But we got a little group, an owners group on for the UK, because there's loads across the continent and everywhere else, but we didn't have one in the UK, so I set one up. We got about 250 members, and quite a lot of people just joining, just trying to buy bikes off of people. So it's just the value of them is just rocketing at the moment. It's crazy. So
brilliant. We were on the BSA. What do you think of the new Gold Star?
It's all right. I was watching a video actually. A chap earlier was basically slagging them off because the fenders are made out of plastic and covered in chrome.
Yes.
And the engines are apparently really bad. And there's quite a question on the actual longevity of them from the company that owns them. So I really like the Scrambler. I thought the Scrambler looked really nice. But
I nearly bought a Ducati Scrambler last week.
They're smart, aren't they?
They're only about 7 or 8 grand. They're nothing.
And then you got a Ducati.
So, see, I was looking at the Gold Star, and the bloke went, "Oh, do you like it? You're interested in it?" And I went, "It's not as good as the original." And he went, "Yeah, but the original is a classic, mate." And I went, "Yeah, I know." And he went, "Oh," I said, "Plus you've got electric start on that." I said, "Electric start is for puffs." And he went, "What?" I said, "If you can't kick a 500 Goldie over using the decompression lever and get smacked on the back of the calf half a dozen times, you're not a man." He went, "Oh, have you ever started a Gold Star?" And I went, "Yeah, my mum's got 2 in the garage." And he went, "Oh, how much are they worth?" And I went, "They've both been valued at 16.5 grand each." And he went, "Oh," I said, "Yeah." I said, and then this bloke went, "Your mum's got 2. What's her name?" I went, "Chris." And he went, "Not Chris Tennant, is it?" And I went, "Yeah." I said, "That's my mum." And he went, "Bloody hell, your mum's president of the Milton Keynes Gold Star Owners Club." And I went, "Yeah, she does all the reviews for it." He went, "I've met your mum." And I went, "There we go then."
See, that's the thing is, isn't it? A lot of people are comparing these bikes to the old bikes, but at the end of the day, it's just a name.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can't compare it. They look a little bit similar.
Oh God! Remember the old XT? Yeah, the XT600 and the XT500. Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, we had. He still comes in. We've got a guy that collects XTs. He started with an XT250. He brought it in for restoration to us, so we got all the wiring redid on it. Got it running, cleaned it all up, put it through the MOT, and he took it away. 2 months later, he came back with an XT500, and it was a dog. Cleaned it all up, got it all working, and then he said to me, "So I can't get over to pick it up. Any chance you can ride it back to my house and I'll pay you?" I went, "Yeah." I said, "But delivery back to yours." I said, "We would charge you recovery fee, which is 82 quid." I said, "Because someone's got to come over, drop the bike, and then obviously come back to the garage." And he went, "Oh, all right, yeah, I'll pay that." And he paid for me to drive, and I rode it home. The headlight on it was like holding a candle in the wind. You couldn't see anything. So I phoned Simon. I said, "Simon, can you follow me over?" Simon was on the GTR in front of me, leading the way. We went all the way out to Cosgrove, middle of nowhere, dropped off this bike, and then I had a pilly on the. Simon brought me home pillion on the GTR. I'm like, "Oh, that was a good ride on the way back because it was raining." But bloody hell did he corner that bike. But that was great, you know. So he's now looking for obviously the 125 version of it. He said, I want all three, so I've got collector's edition. BMW, the Interceptor 650. Yeah, the Interceptor's a nice bike. Believe it or not, me mum's new boyfriend has actually bought one now. We went and got him the chrome version. They do a black and chrome version of that. So
what do you think of the finish of it?
It's okay, but yeah, I'd cover that thing in ACF 50 because you know it's going to rot quick.
Just dip it in a big vat of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I saw the ones there like at the show, and they look quite nice. But when you get up close to them, it's a bit. You can sort of see a few things. But then, as they sell more and they reinvest, hopefully things like that will get better. So, but
yes, loads of problems. BSA Scram doesn't look bad, but it's a concept at the moment. See, everything's a concept until they iron out all the bugs. It's like when Windows 96 come out, and then they said, "Oh, we're going to 98." You look at how many bugs there were on it, but the thing was, you had to pay for all the upgrades. Oh yeah, we got this upgrade for you. It's going to cost you X amount. Is that what they're doing with the bikes? You know,
KTM are starting to run subscribing next year. I think they're talking about you subscribe to like traction control, you just subscribe to GPS, and you pay monthly for it. So I don't understand why they would do that.
Traction control. You're like, "Oh, don't bother with it this month."
Yeah, it's crazy. But that's what they're looking, because BMW and their cars are starting to do
I'll leave that. Save the $5.
Hey, our Solo Motor is getting rid of his RE650. Oh, there we go. So yeah, but it's like everything, you know. Oh, if you want this extra on the bike, it's going to cost you this much. If you want this, it's going to cost you this much.
Yeah, it's crazy. You might as well buy a bike that's like a couple of years old with it all bolted on already.
Exactly. Yeah. But
that's what I like about the old BMW SOS. It's a one-off payment and it stays with the bike.
That's a good thing.
You buy it once, it stays with the bike no matter what.
Yeah, because my mate had the Ducati, and you have to pay for the Ducati's version of that. But every time you want to move the bike, you have to turn it off or something. Or if like it's out on a bit of a windy day, you get a phone call from the Ducati security team wondering if someone's nicked your bike because it's wobbling about in the wind. So
yeah, my tracker's a bit like that. If I wash the bike and I don't put it in service mode, then I get a phone call.
Someone's moving your bike around your garden.
It's not moved, mate. Don't worry, I'll get the drone up. Yeah. For those of you on the WhatsApp, you're not on the WhatsApp group, are you, Tom?
No.
Drop us your number and I'll add you on the. Stick it in the private chat.
I'll come off it. Seriously, I'm looking like 160 messages.
There's another WhatsApp group I'm going to mute.
Yeah. We had a customer in on his LXR 2-3 months ago, and he dropped the bike on the right-hand side and caught the brake pedal. But when it came in, I went to do a test ride, and I put my foot on the bike, and I went, "No, I'm not taking that out." And Phil said to me, "Why not?" And I went, "Look at the state of that right-hand foot. Brake lever's bent right under the peg, so you can't use it." But he's glued. Well, he's used the metal banding straps that you have for pallets around the foot to hold the foot peg in place to the bike. And I said to him, I said, "You really need to get that sorted out." I said, a new side peg on that's 21 quid. You're probably looking about 15-20 minutes labour for me to change the peg. New brake pedals 21.99. So you're looking about 80 quid all in tops. You need to get that done because you've got no rear brake. I can't afford it at the moment. I said, "Yeah, but it's bloody dangerous. You've got no rear brake. You've only got the front brake. If you go hurtling down the road, you need to stop in a hurry, mate. That bike is not going to stop just on the front brake. You need a rear brake as well. No, I'll get round to it. I'll get round to it. It came in on Tuesday. He went round the corner, had to stop quick, and dropped the bike on the left-hand side and slid the panels. And he's broke his left-hand foot peg and his gear change lever. So it's now in. I've finished it today. Right-hand peg, left-hand peg, new clutch lever, new indicator, and zip tie the panels on because he doesn't want to do the panels on it because he wants to sell it. We ain't going to sell it with scuff marks on it, right?
Zip tied. God.
Wow. Yeah, he wants the panels zip tied on because that's the only thing you need to do. Quick one. Let's go through it. Let's just have a quick look. Evening MT. MT's in the ring. Probably been a concept bike. When they released the vehicle, 9 out of 10 times it looks nothing like the concept one. Exactly. That's because it's Italian wiring. There you go. Rev's offering his group out like pro. Tech's overrated. Go back to the basics. Exactly. Yeah, you just need to mute it. Yeah. There we go. He hates it. Had loads of problems with it. Bruce is here. Moray's here. So evening, Bruce. He's in the room as well. And Sprocket Rocket's just joined us as well. So evening, Sprocket. All the boys joining up. One more time, StreamYard link is up if you want to come and join me, Tom, and Andy and have a bit of a banter. Don't forget, bring your beer of choice. We are on the Mexican one, so we're on Our Soul. That's the first Soul. I've got a few of these, actually. So, and someone actually gave me a bottle opener the other day. I have a Keith Lemon bottle opener, so every time you pop a bottle, it goes, oosh. So... yeah, loving that as well.
Right, guys, I better shoot off. So, but I'll be in around the chat.
All right, nice one. Cheers, Tom. Thanks for coming in, mate.
No.
Thanks for joining us on the live. Peaky is bound to be here. I'm going to bang that up one more time in case you missed it. Peaky will probably be on after the footy. If you want to jump in on the StreamYard link, click StreamYard link, get your webcam up, get your sound up, and you can come and join us. While we're doing that, I'm gonna chat to Andy. So things I need to look out for on the BM, Andy. If I buy one, I'll take it. I can bring you with me to have a look at it.
Well, you can do, but they're all the same. That's the thing, isn't it? You see one, you see them all.
What's the service intervals on those?
6,000.
Oh, that's all right. So
yeah, it's sort of 6. It's nearer to 7. The way it works out, you get 10% on that, so you can do nearly 7.
Cool. So
10,000 every sort of 12,000 miles is your valve.
Yeah.
Done. But I think with BMW, it's only about 300 and something quid because they ain't got to take nothing off this year.
Because it's all on the side, not like with the bloody GTR, where you've got to have the whole bike apart just to jump in.
You've only got to buy 2 spark plugs, not 4.
Exactly.
I think Wollaston charged something like 100 and something odd pound, and I think it's £66 for half an hour. So what's that? £120. £132 an hour.
Charlie Drake here. What a beautiful fish, Cinderella.
Darling.
Hello. Hark. Footprints. Footsteps, you arsehole.
What of them?
That, boys and girls. Footprints. What are you? Are you a pixie? You fairy.
Are you a goblin? Well, I was last night.
Bastards. You know what I'm going to do when I see him? That is still a classic comedy film. That brilliant.
Well, if you watch the whole pantomime, it's absolutely brilliant. If you watch the whole thing.
Hello, little girl. Would you like a sweetie? What's your name? Billy. Would you like a Mars bar? Can I suck it? Have the whole lot.
He starts throwing sweets at her, doesn't he?
Where's Peaky gone? I just lost Peaky.
I don't know. With the GSs, I wouldn't bother with the their sat nav.
You reckon the Zumo then?
Zumo or TomTom retrofit. It'll come with a harness. Just take that off.
Here he is. Yeah. Do you remember that bit? Yeah. What's that perfume?
What's that behind you? Kiki? Is that a tree?
Yeah,
Fucking November.
I don't give a fuck.
In a frigging loft where it belongs. That's it. I'm off. Fuck that shit.
Fucking Scrooge.
Oh,
I do all my Christmas shopping, and you think that's Scroogey? I do my Christmas shopping in January in the sales.
what's
Yeah,
wrong with
that's the
that?
best time to do them. Fucking hell, you can't see me. That's the
I
boy.
do my Christmas shopping in an Amazon.
That's that K-Berg helmet ready to go back. Shit.
Hey.
I'll tell you what, I had a K-Berg. I had the original one of the original flip-ups, and they don't have the recesses. And I'll tell you what, they're a noisy helmet.
Well, like I say, it was one of them where I bought it on a bit of a whim, really. I just like the look of it mainly, so I thought I'm going to buy it and just see how it goes. And I bought it, and like I say, without them earplugs in, you put your speakers in, and they've got like a flat flap. So when it goes against your ears, you just got that pressure on your ears all the time. I was like, fuck this, I having that. But that I ordered that LS2 carbon on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock Wednesday night, and it was here Thursday, didn't I? But Rev, going back to what you were saying earlier about them Royal Enfields and
Yeah.
mate, if you have a look, when I walk around the bike show, obviously I speak to Solo Moto UK quite often. And he said to me, he says, if you go to the bike show, he goes, have a look at the welds on the frame. I had a look today because the bloke would come over to me straight away. As soon as I looked at it, he come over to me. And he said, you all right, mate? How you doing? I was like, yeah, mate, Sam, just have a look at the welds on the frame. And he looked at me and he went, who told you about that? And I went, no one. I'm just looking like, you know what I mean? But there's big like proper snots of welds around the inner of the frame where it ate up properly. The workmanship's fucking shabby as fuck. If you ever do it, get Solo Moto UK on here, mate. Ask him about the problems he's had with that 650. Mate, it was cutting out. He was going around corners. It was just cutting out, locking up, fucking everything. Brakes coming on its own.
That's funny.
Mate, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And then if you compare it to like the welding on the CCM, where that's TIG welded, and you look at the pennies on that all the way around that frame. Because I said to him, I said, what happens if your welder misses one of those? He said he has to grind it out and start from the beginning again. And I went, that's bloody quality. But then you pay an arm and a leg for CCM stuff.
I know, but I prefer to pay it through the nose and have a decent job than having big slips on it.
Bloody said. Oh Jesus. If you haven't seen, Zed, I've got a comment on Zed's video. Has anybody seen Zed's video with the William Wallace?
I've got a comment about all the English should still be allowed to sleep with Scottish women before they get married, but only the fit ones.
Yeah, that's why I'm going up this weekend. Get it in there before I go.
Yeah, Zed's done a really good video about William Wallace, and that monument is like, oh Jesus Christ. There was another one I was looking at tonight. Oh God, let me just go into my history. I've got to tell you this channel.
I thought Zed was switching his computer on today. I thought Zed said he was switching his computer on.
Yeah. He did say that it wasn't coming. This one, I'm going to put this one up in the side chat. I've just watched this one earlier before I came on stream.
2 seconds, Foodie.
Biking Buddies from Scotland. They've done a really nice one. Why I Love Scotland, number 243. So they've done 243 but they do about trail riding, winter bike protection, going out and getting wetter than an otter's pocket, Yorkshire Dales, and they've done a really good one now about why I love Scotland. There's some really good stuff out there at the moment. There's loads of people here. Rowley's here, Gesto and Lane, Exeter, Zed's about as well. So we've got some really good people on the chat tonight. So for those of you that want to come in on the StreamYard link, I'm going to bang the link up one more time for you. But go check out the Biking Buddies. Some really good stuff that they do. Rowley said come here because I was here. That's probably true. So StreamYard links up, guys. Go and jump on that. Come and join us on the stream. Biking Buddies, very, very good channel. Right, let me just... Tom's going to regret this because I'm about to add him to the WhatsApp group for the UK motovloggers.
I only subscribed to Tom the other day. He messaged me on Facebook saying that he's subscribed, and I was like, mate, I forgot about subscribing.
He does really good stuff.
Yeah. You got a good channel. Zed,
Right.
I'm on my phone. He's a waffling shit, man. Can I just say, my daughter met Rivnik Bolter today. Fuck it, how tall's that kid?
I know. He's got issues with Sprinty again, though, hasn't he?
Yeah. Well, I said to him today, we had a good chat, like, because when I got there, because I put the photo on the group, because like Violet wanted to go, so it kind of forced me to kind of go. So I drove there. I'll tell you one thing I did do, which I got away with. So I walked in, and walked up to the booth to pay. I was like, oh, you got to pay in the event car parking, 16 quid. I was like, yeah, sounds, bought some tickets, don't even think about it. So as I pulled out to the barrier, pulled up, the bloke went, all right, mate, have you paid? You got your tickets? And I went, yeah. So I'm looking in my wallet, I was thinking, I ain't got a fucking ticket here. So I pulled out an old car parking ticket from somewhere else, and I showed him, and lifted the barrier up. I just drove
Oh, gotta be done. Yeah, as I say, Rhythmic's been through the mill with that Triumph. Yeah, poor sod. It's the high heels. He hides them under his long jeans.
Violet said, I walked up and Violet went, how tall's he? He's like 9 foot tall. I was crying.
Simon's here. He's finished obviously watching the football. Either that was in half time.
Yeah. It was nice. It was nice to meet the lads. Like I say, man, it was fair play to Boo. Like he literally, as soon as he got in there, they rang me like, and I was talking to a couple of lads because they still saw the hoodies and they recognised me. So I was talking to a couple of lads. But when we met up, it was sound like it's nice to meet in person. Do you know what I mean? I know we all have a chat here now, but
exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's nice to put the face to the name kind of thing as well. But yeah, man, he's a bit of a unit as well. Yeah, like a little skinny dude, is he?
Exactly. Yeah, he's a big old boy. There is one that is due to come up, and I've got to find it now. Oh God. Bear with me while I scroll down through all of my found it. Video that is coming up, and it will be live November the 27th. If you haven't been down Super Sausage, Uncle Red video worth watching when it comes out. Put it in your watch list. Follow it. The final goodbye to Jelly Bean. So that was the Vulcan 650 that Uncle Red had. So it'll be last time it'll ever be seen, because obviously he's now got his Indian, and that Indian, oh God, I've commented on it so many times. That Indian, what a bike and a half that is. Gorgeous bit of kit. Was you with us? Yeah, you was with us when he turned up on it, Andy. Was you with us? He's in a world of his own there.
What's that? Sorry.
I said Uncle Red's Indian. Did you see it?
I think it's Scout. Yeah, I see. We was with him on that ride, weren't we?
That's it. Yeah. That's a bit.
Yeah,
That's a bit.
I'm trying to get over to Northampton, Indians, to have a look at them, because they're not that expensive.
Them nice Indians, and I'd have an Indian over on Harley.
I'm leaning towards
Oh, here we go. Simon the Pickett's here.
Skirt.
We're currently with Rhythmic at Pinks. Lad can bloody dance, tell you that much. Yeah. If you didn't know what Pinks is, Pink Punters, which is the local LBGTQ RMVW every gender under the sun, including the little, what do they call them, Filipino ones, the little Filipino hookers that have got flat heads so you can stand your pint on top of them.
Sheehies.
Yeah, but it's a type of place where you drop your wallet and kick it to the car park.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm being brave. I'm bending.
There we go. Rhythmic Spike is a bit like Trigger's broom, new rear hub bridge.
When I spoke to him today, he didn't say he's had any more problems. He said he switched the single side swing arm. He didn't mention any more problems, like. But
He's definitely out in it next year. He's after the 1400 ZZR, isn't he?
Exactly. He needs to get the ZZR 1400, doesn't he? He needs to buy himself a proper bike.
I'll tell you what I'm liking. I've seen it at the bike show again today. The old school Hayabusa with the big.
It's all fixed now. That's good. That's good. It means it can get out on Sunday then. Yeah, so it's an R1400. We've looked at a couple this week, but they're piles of crap. There was one that was advertised and it had done 9,600 miles, and I'm like, mileage is bloody good until you look at the panels and you think, hang on, that panel's a slightly different colour from the other panel. Yeah, that's been slung down the road.
It's one of them LBG or whatever it's called panels. It's all different shades. I test rode a Busa today.
Waste of fucking time that is.
If I was going to get a Busa, I'd get one of the old school ones. Like
everybody I know has owned a Busa. It's been on the back of a truck more than it has fucking ridden.
I don't know. I don't know what it is about them. I just fucking love them. I've never rid one. I've never owned one. I just fancy one. I just fancy having a blast on one as well. Just having a decent fucking thrash on one.
It gets a Suzuki, it'll fit in with his high heels, won't it?
That's true.
That long torso will be all right like
that. I think we should get him on a Lex Moto. Mind you, he'd look like an adult on a monkey bike, wouldn't it?
Speaking of Lex Motos, what was that a 125 with them panniers?
What, the scooter?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 300.
Oh, it's a 300, is it?
It's an exact copy of the Honda Forza, believe it or not. It's identical to the Forza, but it's half the price.
Load them up with all their pizzas and fucking.
Well, that's what it's aimed at. Yeah, it's aimed at the Ubers, so all the Ubers can go out and get. I think they're going to look.
They say that's a 125 engine for the Ubers.
Yeah, but that one's a 300. I think they're going to be bringing in the 125 version. But we were on the bicycle stand, the Talaria Sting, £4,800, 4,600 for the off-road one, 4,800 for the on-the-road one with indicators, headlight. But I said to him, who buys this? And he went, it's mostly all the people in London that want to zip around the city on bicycles because you can go up on the pavement with it. I said, yeah, but with a reg plate on, you're breaking the law. And he went, believe me, they do it. They do it. But it does, the on-the-road version is 30 mile an hour. The off-road version does 45. If you unrestrict it, it does 60. And I'm like, who'd want to do off-roading at 60 mile an hour on an electric bicycle? Like, but for 4,800, keep it, guys. Yeah. The one that I did find fun.
Fucking burn it.
Yeah. The thing was, on the Backstreet Heroes stand, and I did a little bit in my clip, they actually had a steam-powered motorcycle. And I said to him, does it really work? And he went, yeah. He said, you put coal in the bottom. He said, the water tank's good for about 2-3 hours. He said, but it does about 20 mile an hour. And I went, bloody hell. He said, it's steam-powered. It's just wood and water. So something different there.
That's
You
it.
just got to
Don't burn,
fucking
don't burn all the fossil fuel. Burn all the fucking trees. Good idea. Yeah.
We should send him down the road from Sausage on the Michigan. Exactly. Yeah, stick him on the sit on the back seat and still reach the foot pegs. I hear the same complaint from all the Suzuki hybrids, and when they hit top speed, they can't stand their boyfriends sticking nails in their sides.
Yep.
Oh, here we are. He's like Hightower.
He's like, you know the film when he goes, is it? And you have to take the fucking seat out in the back of the car. Fucking
Yeah.
driving.
Police Academy, weren't it? Yeah.
Police Academy, that's the fucker. I was going to say Beverly Hills Cop, but I knew it was. But yeah, man.
Oh, brilliant. I'll tell you what, there's some people are still, because obviously during COVID, everybody was banging out videos left, right, and centre. So everyone was sat at home watching YouTube. Now, because everyone's back at work, obviously the watch hours have started to drop down. But the one that I did watch tonight, and I'm like, really? You're a moto vlogger, you're a professional moto vlogger, and you've got one mic. Go and have a look at username Kate. Walk around the bike show. You can hear her talking, and then she's talking to the guy, and you can't hear the guy. And then all of a sudden, he's got the mic, and you can't hear her. Like, you should have got. If you'd have bought the Rode system with two mics, the dual system.
Or the other one is if you go to a company called Pink Panda, they do a splitter, so you can put two mics on it.
Yeah,
And and they're about a meter and a half long, the wires are. So you know what I mean. You could stand there with your camera, both of a mic on and talk.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 23 watching and only 9 thumbs. If you haven't clicked the thumbs up, guys,
did it straight away?
Yeah. Go and. Oh, hang on. I've got a load that I've got to click approve on here. So who's been swearing? Show deals my ass. Yeah. Oh, that was Exeter. Let's just roll down the list here. Evening troops, night trunking, but all talking shit. Right, out that German job is. No one's winning the footy because the rat shit has voted biker bird. Who else have we got?
BBB, she's got a mouth like a builder. She has, I tell you.
I did say to her because what was it? It was in. I think it was in the ride group. She was.
Lots of tea.
There was what was it? BB said something in the ride group. Oh God, I've got to switch on my WhatsApp now. Ride team. Oh, it's Boo Rider's birthday on Tuesday. Yeah, like an MT10 is an R1 without the plastics. More torque, less speed. Yeah, but I'm sure it's a bit like how many times us women have to explain to blokes where the clitoris is. Brandon's actually said I don't tend to have that problem. Most women tend to be moister than an oyster. My reply was I went and bought a bag of those for the wife. What were they called? Clitoris all sorts.
Is Chris coming on or what? It's Sprocket Rocket or whatever it's called. Is it coming on?
Oh yeah, it's Exeter saw Kate's vid. The road gear's good. Yeah, definitely. Not me. Like a sailor, thank you very much. Redlock Sally. I would never swear. Ali doesn't swear, believe it or not. She's a nice girl. She's a nice girl.
I don't swear.
Yeah, but who wants a good girl when you could have a bad one and more fun?
Yeah.
Exactly. What was it? That was it. My missus was scrolling through my photos and she went, "Who's that?" And I went, "Oh, it's Ali and Hayden." And she went, "Oh, who's that?" I went, "That's Simon, that's Andy, that's Peaky." She's getting used. She went, "Oh, Peaky's the ginger one that the neighbour likes." So I went, "Yeah."
Aye, ginger. It's African sunset. Okay.
Fuck off, it's ginger, you twat.
But my missus, she went, "How old's Ali?" And I went, "No, she's getting around my." She went, "She looks about 35, 40, and she rides a bike." And I went, Ali's ending up for getting a bit near to me. She went, really? And I went, yeah. She went, oh, she only looks about 35, 40. And I went, yeah.
No way. Ali's only 25. Leave it alone.
Yeah, exactly. I think you need to tidy up a bit. Yeah, get on here, Sprocket. Come and jump on the side chat, mate. Or jump on the stream. I'll bang the StreamYard link up. Anybody that wants to jump in on the StreamYard link, welcome to do so. Are you doing a stream after, Simon?
Fucking.
Yeah, I can do.
Okay, cool. Get your watch hours up.
We need.
Go on.
We need Sprocket Rocket on here to start stroking his motorbike.
Yeah, definitely.
You get a fucking strike for that, wouldn't you? And no, motorbike, you're not using motorbike as a euphemism, so that's all right.
Quick one, Simon. Have you noticed that you've got a lot of fans that follow you? It's like, oh, like your video, come subscribe to me, free.
No, I'll tell you what, Paul mentioned the fucking spamming on my comments ages ago, and I changed a load of settings and it stopped for about a week. But then the little fuckers spam me again, so I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'll give up.
Yeah, just let them comment because it adds to your YouTube watches, mate.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll try to stop it because I thought, I'm actually missing some of the actual comments from, some of the fucking shit that's coming on there. And it stopped for about a week and it was all good. And then they all started coming back again. So I thought, fuck it.
Yeah. I'm watching it's got 23 watching, 3 likes. I figure those are said Ed Crumbly and Ayrshire. I don't really. Thumbs up doesn't bother me. Thumbs up, thumbs down. I really.
You don't mind thumb up, finger up, whole fist. It's all the same to you, isn't it?
It's all the same to me. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a six-fingered wank.
Oh, is that Jay girl here? Yeah, he's about somewhere.
Where's Gus, BMW Gus? So I spoke to Salah Moto literally last night. That 650 is giving, mate. He just said he just don't get on with it. He just don't like it. There's too many issues. He picked it up the other week from the dealership, and literally he was riding the bike, went to brake, and the handlebars went forward and secured none of the handlebars or nothing like that. And the handlebars just folded forward.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, the brake reservoir and the brake handle kept coming back, and the brakes kept going on. He just said there's just too many problems. He's got is it the 310 or something, the scrambler? He's got that. He loves that. He says, but the 650, because there's that many issues with it. He says, I've just had enough because I'm kind of just.
How long has he had it?
12 months.
Because 14 days, you get on your right to reject. You get the first 14 days. You can take it back and just say, "I want my money back."
Honestly, I'll speak to him. I'll probably speak to Derek probably once a week. I'll get on with him. So I obviously hear a bit more than what he puts on YouTube.
Yeah.
That many
with the right to reject, you're allowed up to 30 days. You have to prove that there was a fault there with the bike. After that, if it's a concurrent problem, the dealer, you can take it back to the dealer, but they must fix the problem. They get 3 attempts to fix the problem. If they can't, then you can just say, keep the bike. I want my money back.
So I said, well, I'd say that to him because if that, to be fair, he must have patience of a god. I says because that was me. It'd have been gone. It'd have been gone a long time ago. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm quite fortunate. I've not had any issues with my bike. I know Andy has. But I've not had an absolute beat with mine. So but if I was having reoccurring problems, or not reoccurring, but just problem after problem after problem, I'd drive it into the showroom, take the keys out, chuck the keys out, I'm off, mate. I can keep it, swivel, cancel the direct debit, or fucking money back. But I mean, each to their own kind of thing. But I wouldn't do that, mate. You know what I mean? If there's something going wrong here, there, and everywhere, that ain't no good. For a brand new bike, that ain't no good.
Yeah. It's all about if you do get a problem, it's how quickly the problem's rectified. That's the thing.
But mate, he put his bike in the other week, and they had it like 3 weeks. 3
That's
weeks.
crazy. See,
Do you
my
know what I mean?
bike collected, put in Wollaston on the Tuesday. They rung me Tuesday to say it'd be looked at Wednesday. I picked it up Thursday. Sorted.
But that's what I'm saying. They had that bike like 3 weeks. I just feel really. I mean, he was fortunate because he's got that scrambler, so he was like a day of a bike. But you just kind of think to yourself, well, I do. I think to myself, if that was me in my scenario, well, I just fucking took the bike back. There you go, mate. I deal with that shit. For a brand new bike, that's pissed poor. And now you can see why stuff like the Royal Enfield and stuff like that, whites are cheap because it's fucking cheaply made. Like I said earlier, with the welding on the frame, the snots around the back on the inside, the outside of the frame looks really clean. You put your hand on the inside of the frame.
Gareth's here. Evening, Gareth. Good to see you, buddy. I think Gareth's gone to the Paris Bike Show, isn't he?
Don't know.
I think from what he was saying on his Instagram, he was off to Paris to look at the bike show.
He was either off to Paris or he was in Paris. I can't remember what the video said, actually, to be honest. I did catch a bit of it.
Our bike shows.
Mate,
So these people that swan around the world.
You know what bike shop when you're in
Yeah, he's
Paris?
in Birmingham. There you go.
I was in Birmingham.
fucking hell, you should have said, man, I'm only like 40 minutes away. I'd have come and have a
Right.
couple of beers with you.
It's going to be bring someone else on, and it's the man himself. It's Mr. Stu. Right, I'm just going to hang on. Let me move the screens around. There we go. Put the beanie. Hang on. No, let's do it this way. Do that one, that one, that one. We'll put the Beanie Boys at the top.
No. We want to go on top. I'm not having your hairy ass beard tickling me on the ponce.
Put the scone.
I'll tell you what, it looks like they was all having a chew and it came away, didn't it?
Yeah, put the sconners at the bottom.
He could have got his head on upside.
Here we go. Let me bring my mic in a bit. Crap RED, if it's in free, well, umbrella should picked up. Yeah, handlebar issue should. If they're doing the PDIs correctly, they should be putting every bolt on that bike. Yeah.
But honestly, mate, he's had loads of different stuff with it, and like I say, some of it's just been overlooked, but other stuff, like literally, he must have had it about 3 weeks, and the battery was fucked within 3 weeks. Do you know what I mean? You know, you're just like, it's just ain't good enough. If you paying, even if you're paying $7,000 for the bike, it's still a brand new bike. But it's just,
Might be Henry the Hoover going. Henry the Hoover's behaving. Good news on the computer. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I will not be about on YouTube. I'll be on my phone, but I won't be on the net or doing any YouTube videos because this is going in for a bloody service. We had. I said to him, I said, the fan is whirring like a fucker, and he went, take the back cover off. It's 4 screws. Have a look in the back cover. There is about ½ an inch of dust all the way across the back of the screen. So yeah. It's all clogged up with the amount of dust in.
somebody just said, Rev, it's like your wallet.
Yeah. Believe it or not, the last time I took a tenner out, the Queen blinked, mate. That was Victoria.
So, but
So yeah, we'll have a quieter computer next week.
I tell you what, though, lads. I mean, I have been to the bike show in a few years, but it's as big as what it used to be.
No.
No way as what it used to be. You could be in there all day and you couldn't see most of the stands. We walked around it within about 3 hours. 3 hours, I'd say. We walked around the whole lot in about 3 hours.
There wasn't much there. It was disappointing.
Like I say, I was looking at that GS thing, that off-road trial thing that Rev was on about earlier, and I went to put my name on there to say I'll go and do it, like, you know what I mean? I'll go and have a thing, because I was like you, I was just like, you know what I mean? I'll go and have a blast round, and then the bloke went to me, oh, you know, you've got to stand up, you can't do this, you can't. I went, oh, fuck it, mate, I was doing that shit. I walked off like, and then he come over to me after, because he was stood on one of the corners, he come over to me, went, oh, do you wish you'd had a Hardigan now? I went, no, mate. I says, it looks fucking wank. I was you more riding man, like a fucking bunch of pussies. I says, fuck it, I doing that, like. So,
I'll tell you what, if this computer, when they get this computer, he's going to sit there and think, he's going to go through it and clean it up and think, what a fucking nerd you are, because everything on this computer is all just YouTube. He's going to be like, are you
He'll find your secret folder with all the Pornhub on it. He will.
Livecameras.com.
Yeah.
I believe it or not, I just
Thing the night away.
it bores the shit out of me watching stuff like that. I'd rather watch Zedhead flying around or watch Lockwood banging around on his African.
Yeah, I know. We all know you'd like to see Lockwood banging around. Yeah, we all know that.
I tend to, in the mornings, I just tend to sit here and just watch YouTube videos or walking. Believe it or not.
Zed, you're on mute. Zed, you're on mute.
Oh, Zed's on mute.
I could hear him talking. I just don't know whether he was on.
That's so we can't hear him stroking his beard. Your missus will want that back, you know.
It's like crunching a pack of Twiglets.
It
I'll
looks
tell you
like what
what.
used to stick out the underwear in the 70s, doesn't it?
I don't know how I born.
I'll tell you what, someone said to me, he said, you do realise everything you watch on, if you're on Google Chrome, you can get caught out. And I went, why is that? He said, because people can go onto a thing called your internet history. And I went, right, where's that? And he went, if you go into settings, type in internet history. So I went and did that yesterday. I was looking through because the missus went, what is your internet history? I went, you can write off. She went, no, I want to see your internet history. It's quite sad, really. So here we go. My internet history, look, it's literally, I've downloaded a bit of music, Facebook, YouTube, eBay,
Pornhub,
YouTube,
Pornhub.
Instagram. It's all YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, more YouTube.
OnlyFans.
Livecameras.com. Livecameras.com.
Midget porn.
Will you stop saying these things? I'm trying to write them down.
I googled Andy GSA tractor to see where he is. Motorcycle news. Brian Leake is fundraising for Scotty's little soldier.
So Andy, did you feel violated when he Googled you?
Absolutely.
She was a very,
I feel a bit
I
violent
thought you were fucking dinner first.
to make sure that's actually who I am and what I was doing.
it's a very important. There was a very important guy who was in the army, and he was called Private Browsing.
How is everybody?
Right, rolling.
Hey, Rowley.
I'm Zed, next weekend, the 3rd, I'm up your way just for the day. So if anybody's up there that way, I'm stopping in Gretna Green, but I don't mind coming up and meeting anybody if they want to meet in and around that area or halfway between like Glasgow and Gretna. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I say, if you can drop a couple of text messages there, if anybody's up there, I believe in mine about 6 o'clock. So I should be up by Gretna by, I don't know, 10:30. I'll have most of the afternoon there. If you're about, because I know obviously you've had your promotion now and everything, but if anybody else is about, just drop me a message. Like I say, I'm going to be up there. I've booked the room and everything now, so I'm going to go up even if it's raining. So, you know what I mean? I'm stopping at some, I think it's called The Mill. The shoot is called The Mill in Gretna. So there's a pub on site as well. So if it's fucking pissing down, the fucking cover's going on the bike and I'm going to get lashed. But
Annie's got a bike course coming up soon. Yeah. Oh, who's got a bike course? Oh, someone's got a bike course in now. I was just reading that. We'll get back to it. Oh yeah, I say yeah. Just pretend you're out with friends. Try and ignore it. Yeah, they are there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Ain't Ali got an advanced rider thing that
that's
Aidan
it.
bought her?
The IAM course or something, isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Ride your own ride, as they say.
Yeah, I tell you what I did today, which made a bit of a difference. So when we got into the NEC itself, obviously I had Violet with me, but the queue was to get in was fucking horrific. You know what I mean? There was people everywhere. So and when I spoke to Rhythmic and Boo, we were talking about it, and he was like, "Hey, was you?" Because obviously, if you're on the group, I had we all know I had a bit of a. I went to go last week and meet Rev, and I had a bit of a panic attack on the train station. So, but so I ended up saying to the babby, "Come on, we'll go and get a brew. We'll have a twist and this, that, and the other." So we went out, had a brew. Do you know what I mean? When we come back in, obviously all the crowds has gone in, so we literally just walked in. But it was nice of the obviously the Boo and Rhythmic who I met there, and like I said, they asked me about it and said, "How was you this morning with all the queues and this, that, and the other?" So I appreciate that, lad. But yeah, it was. I could feel myself getting anxious, even when I was there. There's loads of people, and I was just like, I need to step away from this. And I got the baby's hand, and she was going, "Dad, you're squeezing my hand," and I'm like, "Oh no, no." I was like, "Right, let's go and get." Because she loves like chocolate twists and all that, like Costa kind of shit. So I was like, "Come on, let's go and get a brew. Let's have some breakfast just to kind of let the crowds bypass us, kind of thing." But it was once we was in, I was all right. It's quite free and open, but when they're all jammed in together like that, it sends me fucking doolally. But
Let me just up a channel. I'm just going to bring a channel up. Something to float your boat this weekend. And you've got... Mute that a minute. I'm just going to post this one up. If you haven't seen Rowley's latest video yet, the M109 is back on the road. Mental bit of kit that is as well. So yeah, go and watch that video, guys. The M109. What a bike and a half. We get a couple of those in a year, but bloody hell, the guy he had the blue one, brought it in last year. He said, "Oh, I've got it up for sale." And Phil went, "Oh, really? Always interested in buying used bikes. How much are you looking for it?" And he went, "Oh," he said, "I was looking at 16. Like, bloody hell, that's a lot of money for a bike." But it had only done, I think, just short of 1,600 miles. It's not even been run in yet. He only brings it out.
That's not much.
Yeah, he does 2 miles a year on it because he's just keeping it.
fucking hell, I've done 14,000 in 10 months.
Exactly. Yeah. Last time I was at the bike show, 2016, crowded and boring. Yeah, I really wasn't impressed this year, especially like half the stands were missing. So the one stand, and I'm going to bang on about. Brandon will probably pop in the room later. Mental Health Motorcycle were at the bike stand. I went up on the stand. I went, "Oh, have you had your check yet?" And he went, "Why?" I said, "1000cc club. They're meant to be giving you a check for about £3,000. Oh no, they phoned us this week. They said it's 1,600. I said it should be 3,000. He said, "Oh no, they did say that they had some admin fees and some overheads that they had to pay out."
Wankers.
Yeah.
Don't get me fucking started on that bunch of cunts.
I know.
Sorry.
And I said to him, I said, "Right," I said, "Well, we've got July the 9th next year. Can you put it in?" I spoke to Paul, and they've emailed me already. I said, "I've spoke to Paul, who was the guy that was on the stand running it." I said, "We've got July the 9th next year. Can you send one of your guys down to collect the donate?" "Oh, we can send a rep down all day and promote mental health. Are you all right for us to put a banner up?" I'd love to have you on the stand. We'll give you a free slot. I said, because I'm fronting all the money on it. And he went, "Oh, brilliant." So we're going to do Mental Health Motorbike next year. With donations on the stand. You can stick your money in the bucket, and there is going to be a rep there from Mental Health Motorbikes to take the money away at the end of the day, count it, and then give us a figure. Brilliant.
Right, talking about that, Rev, I finished it.
Is it good?
Well done.
Yeah.
Bloody good, isn't it?
There's certain points there that I really relate to, which I've took on.
Yeah,
took on
you can
board.
go through it and go, this is me, this is me. Yeah.
So I'm taking some of that stuff obviously on board and using what he's kind of recommending. So if anybody else wants it or needs it,
Pass it on.
Just
pass it forward.
Just either drop Rev a message, or drop me a message. If you got mine, just drop Rev and you I don't know, your address, and I'll pass it out to you if you want it. But yeah, it's a good read. It's a good read. I've read it twice. I'll tell you about it.
I think because obviously Matt MT Belly suffers with a lot of that sort of thing. So yeah, Matt will probably be the next one. It is hard going trying to read it and understand it.
Like I say, I've read it twice. I read it through once, and I was like, I get it, but I don't understand it. If you know what I mean.
And then you read it again, and you go,
so I read it again.
yes.
So I read it again. So like the stuff that you read through, you're like, I know this, and then the stuff that you get to, and you're like, right, this is the bit I don't understand. You can take a bit more time, read through it, and kind of digest that a little bit more easier than initially the first time. I felt a little bit overloaded once I got to the end.
Yeah.
So that's like I say, that's why I kind of left it a couple of days. I think it was about 3 or 4 days, and started reading it again and going through it a bit at a bit of a slower pace. And then
it breaks down all the different levels of PTSD and trauma and anxiety and depression. It comes
through again.
No More Trauma.
Yeah, bloody good book, and you can get it on
I haven't
Amazon.
seen that one here.
Just have a look on Amazon.
Yeah. So believe it or not, George brought his bike into us for servicing. He's a Harley Street psychoanalyst, doctor, psychologist, a lot, but he actually lives in Milton Keynes. He's offered me a free session. I haven't had my free session yet, but he charges £300 an hour for Harley Street. But he said, here's my book. You can have a free book, read it if it works. And it works. I still get the odd down day where I message you guys and go, I'm having a shit day today. But the book has helped no end, just relating stuff in the book. So, it was really, really good. So yeah, pass it on, people. Anybody wants to have a read of that.
Like say, if you ain't got my number, if you're on any of the side chats, if you all you got to do is go into my channel and about my emails on there. If not, just message Rev, and Rev will pass you your address.
If you're in the Moto Vlog group, then
just let me know. Just let me know.
Drop me a DM
it is a good read. Like I say, obviously a lot of the people who are in the Moto Vlog group now.
Bruce is a good one. If no one else gets in contact, it's a bloody good book, Bruce. Yeah, it's really good read. It's hard going the first time round, but then you go through the second time. I got I think it's about 5 chapters in. I went, crap, that's me. That is me. I turned about 6 pages, and the missus went, what? And I went, that's me again. That is me.
Like I say, it's a bit of a overloaded for me initially, because you read it, and I could relate to a lot in there. As the lads on the group know, I have various fucking issues, but yeah, it's nice to read a book and it feels like they're talking to you personally rather than writing as a group, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, that's the idea of the WhatsApp group. So it's as I say, I mentioned it on my video that I'm going to upload tomorrow. We've got this WhatsApp group. We have the YouTube on a Friday. We don't talk much bikes, but it's just boys getting together on a Friday night. It's just exactly the same as all of us going down the local pub and sitting around the table and drinking a load of beers and just chatting nuts. And that's the whole idea. We get the girls come in as well. So what we've got is a damn good community. People say, your Friday night lives. We love watching the Friday night lives. Why? Because you guys just talk such a load of bullshit.
Well, I think
But it's just boys together.
it's relevant
Boys-
now. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. We are just waffling. It's real life relevance to what's going on.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I don't know whether it is or not. I've had a few beers already, but if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I've been on the run since about 4 o'clock.
It's conversation. There's conversation without any judgment. That's the
exactly.
main thing. Everyone's on for the same idea. There's no sort of ribbon when there doesn't need to be.
Yeah, and we haven't got Rhythmic and his lightsaber on either.
I thought he had that in his trousers this morning when I met him. Mate, I can't believe what a unit he is. Fucking hell. It's like the BFG, eh? Fancy.
BBB, love roadie spikes, absolute stunners. It's nice to see them written as well as love. Yeah. That 109, mate. If you can have the money, buy yourself a 109. You ain't going to get a better bike.
The bikes were the star guests on my live stream last week.
Mate, Zed, I don't even remember leaving your live stream last week. I was fucking smashed. I don't remember leaving it. I come downstairs in the morning, and the computer was still on, everything. I must have literally just gone, I'm off to bed.
Play that funky music, white
When I
boy.
met up with Andy, because obviously we had a brew and stuff, and Andy was like, yeah. He goes, you left about 1 o'clock. He goes, you were smashed. I was good.
Oh, here we are. I've just had a reply. Biking Buddies, their little thing of This Is Scotland. I messaged them. I said, oh, I love that little white house at the end on the edge of the water. Really good drone shots they've done. And he went, yeah, thanks, buddy. The house at the end time lapse was our cottage in, hopefully I'll get the name right, Assynt this year. Absolutely stunning place. So Stu will know where that place is.
Whereabouts?
Assynt, ASSYNT.
I'd need to look that up actually.
Yeah, have a look at Biking Buddy's latest video because they do the drone and there's just this little white house just sat right on top of the mountain, overlooking the water. It's on its own. It's like a little tiny road going back, and I'm like, oh Jesus Christ! I can't remember if it was you or Lockwood that did it, where that little house just boarded up at the front of the road. And I said, oh, if only someone bought that house and did it up. That'd be. There's some bloody nice houses up in Scotland.
Yeah.
The only one you wouldn't want to buy is Jimmy Savile's.
Yeah.
You don't want to dig the fucking garden, would you?
I don't even think that's standing anymore. I think it's been.
I say, well, they get destroyed. You got took down, did it?
Yeah. Yeah, everyone was getting through it. Everyone was trying to sort of get a sock from Jimmy Savile and slipper and whatever else.
You don't want his wanking sock, do you? Fucking hell.
No, don't peel the one off the wall.
The one that's stuck to the ceiling, don't get that one.
Oh, Jesus. But there's some you know, you go to Wales and there's some really nice houses in Wales. You go to Scotland and then you come down to Milton Keynes and then you got Netherfield.
I'm going to be I am going to be asking for some favours soon because I'm starting to book my hotels and accommodation and stuff for this trip that I'm going to be doing. So the only places really I'm struggling to get anywhere is on the East Coast. So I'm looking at Oymonth. And then down to is it Wisbech? I'm looking at there. I'm looking at Bexhill is another stop.
Yeah.
And then my stop from there is Newquay.
Yeah.
So if you're in and around them, and you know, you can be up or something like that. Like,
Eyemouth's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
Played golf at Eyemouth and it's beautiful.
It's stunning. like I say, we went into what's the forest next to Weymouth? The big forest. I can't remember the name of it
Is
now.
that is Galloway Forest, is it?
I can't remember, but we went through there, and that was stunning. But yeah, so it's really the East Coast. I'm really struggling. Even the campsites, you're looking at 60 quid a night camping. And I was like, I was, I don't know whether I was being a bit.
Mate, have you considered the Youth Hostel Association?
Well, I think I'm gonna. To be honest, I think I'm gonna wall camp. If I've got a camp, I'm gonna wall camp, and just, if I get moved on, then I get moved on. But obviously, if I can. I mean, I don't want to stop at your house. If I can, sleep in your back garden, be able to dry my clothing, that kind of shit.
You want to go shit and all?
Yeah. I'll leave a little treat in the morning. It's just that, like I say, coming up the west side, I've got family, and I'm stopping at Zed's. On the night. Look, you don't know yet.
Oh, here we are. Exeter said, "Are you stopping near me, Peaky?"
Chris is give you an invite.
So it's back where I'm looking at coming round. So like I say, first night I've got to get to Blackpool, which is about 9 hours obviously on the coast. Second night I've got to get to Glasgow. Third night is John O'Groats. Fourth night is Weymouth. And then I've got to work my way down to, Wisbech, whatever it's called.
If you're doing Blackpool, I have contacts in Blackpool. The boys from Take That, not Take That. They're called Take That Back or something, or Take That Tribute Band. But Andy Skine,
take out the bomb.
Yeah, all the boys are up there. Mark, known as Barlow. Is his name as well. They're all up in that way. I'm sure I can get you a bed for a night.
Well, I've got family in like Blackpool, Preston, and then like I say, I'm hopefully one of you guys up in and around Glasgow will put me up for the night. Like I say, I'll sleep in the back garden and the tent and stuff. But it's just being able to go get dry, have a shower, dry out, and have a decent night's fucking food.
You camp in the garden, moving in their shower. I get it.
Yeah. Having a danger wank in the shower with the door open.
if you've got a spare bed in your daughter's bedroom, or you fancy letting the wife snuggle up, keep me warm.
Depends how old she is.
If you're coming down Andy's way, he can put you up in the doggies danglies.
Fucking mate, I'll be all over that.
None of us are on the coast, are we? We're all sort of like inland.
That's what I'm saying. If you know people, if we can spread the contacts out there, do you know what I mean? So, like I say, it's the East Coast. I'm just really fucking struggling because everything's that expensive. Like I say, the campsite's like fucking 60 quid. You look on the West Coast, mate, them like £9 a night with nothing. Yeah, I ain't got no electric, but it's £9 a night. On the East Coast, it's 49 quid, and you ain't got fuck all. You know what I mean? You're like, the gap between the West and the East is massive in comparison. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, I've got to reduce. It's going to cost me like 600 quid in fuel.
Yeah, if you struggle, you're better off wild camping and just taking a chance, ain't you?
I'm going to have to. The only thing is, when we did the NC 500, we got to John O'Groats and we stopped at it's called the Horseshoe Grove, I think it's called. If you ever do the NC 500, stop there because the woman there, I think her name was Vicky. She's absolutely amazing. So we got there late on the night. She goes, I put all the heating because it was raining. She went, I put all the heating on, hung our kit up, dried all our kit. She'd done us a bit of scran, just like a sausage sandwich, when we first walked in. And then she took us down to the pub that night in her car, picked us up, brought us back, and then the following morning we had breakfast. We had like a continental breakfast, and she was like, "Do you want anybody want like a cooked breakfast, like a full English?" It was like we was all like, "Yeah, sound." Because I thought, fucking, get filled up for the day. So we all got filled up. So it was all like outside, loading our bikes up and all the rest of it. And then she come out. It was all loaded up, ready to set off. And then she come out with all like little foil packages for all of us, and it was like a little baguette, sausage, bacon, and egg baguette, and she was like, "That's for your dinner." And then them little touches was like, you know what, I'd go there again because it was the place was really nice. It was clean, it was tidy, and she was, as a host, fantastic. But I messaged her; she's done me a deal, so you know that's my stop at John O'Groats. But yeah. Like I say, I'm definitely gonna stop there, like, because it was just lovely, and you literally, if you look over the road, you've just got the.
You'll have to let everyone know the dates where you're going to be and at what time and whereabouts you're en route.
I mean, closer to the time I will, because it's obviously it's out worth saying it now, because you know what I mean. I'm still looking at routes and where I can stop, what's actually possible of a day. Because doing the coastal roads, some of them are 20 mile an hour, 30 mile an hour. You know what I mean? Most I'm going to probably get is 50, 60 mile an hour. So, you know, it's I'm looking at doing about 400 mile a day. So looking at like 50 mile an hour average, you know, that's like an 8-hour day. So realistically, I'm going to be doing a 12-hour day every day.
Yeah. Peaky, you're gonna be putting up a Just Giving page or something for it. You've got a link where people can.
Yeah,
donate.
so I have put one up. If you go to my page on Facebook, just type in the Peaky Boycott, it'll come up on there.
Excellent. So what I'll do is I'll share that around my postal branch, and we'll get you some donations that way in that as well.
Yeah, so mate. So as you've asked that, whilst the gaffer's away. So the charity I'm doing for is Scottish Little Soldiers, which is basically being an ex-military lad myself. So this helps the families and mainly the kids of serving soldiers who have been killed while on duty. So what they do is basically they pay for the kids to go on like school trips and and stuff like that, so that they are struggling to go and do the trips themselves. They are going to find the money themselves for that kid to go and do a school trip, and all sorts. So they do like a day out at Alton Towers for the family to have a bit of a bonding time at Alton Towers, or I don't know, Chester Zoo or wherever, just to allow that family to have a moment themselves. That not the fact they forget, but they can be kids and they can be a normal kid doing a normal thing, rather than the devastation that they've had in the lives of losing a parent at war. So obviously that's close to my heart, because I've lost a few lads whilst I've been serving. So yeah, it's a good cause, and it's obviously it's not a big cause, it's not a massive charity, so everything will help, but yeah, it's little pain for a long-term game for the kids, hopefully. You know what I mean?
Cool.
But yeah, I'm sure Rev, if Rev can find the link, if Rev can put the link up for my Just Giving page, that'll be nice.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I shall jump on that for you. And
my aim is also, this is a long shot, but I aim not to drink for that 10 days.
No, if you're coming to stay with me.
Mate, no chance.
I'll get you on the tonic wine.
No.
StreamYard link was up. Just in case Sprocket missed it, I put it up once already. I'll put it up again. So I'm going to post these two up on the side chat. First one is obviously Peaky's one. Click on that, jump on that. That will take you to Peaky's Just Giving page, which is £1,060.
£60. So it's been on a week, and I've hit my target already in a week.
So now we aim for 2,000.
I just want to say thank you to everybody and anybody who subscribed. And like I say, even if you can't subscribe, just share my page.
Evening, Chris.
You know what I mean? You all right, Chris?
All right, guys, how's it going?
How you doing? All right.
Not
Chris.
bad, not bad. It's good to see you all. Good to see you. You're all looking well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in Wisbeach. There we are. There's one in Wisbeach for you.
There you go. Somebody's still got their YouTube open.
Someone's got it on. Yeah, that's probably
Not
Chris.
me. Not me.
Hey,
Not
wait.
me.
Anyway, thank you for your donation, mate. It just popped up saying 1K total. Well done. You know, all these people who donated. It's massive, honestly.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait another month on my Brian.
Mate,
I've had 109. I've had 109 in this month off of my YouTube. So if I do another 109 so that's obviously my October to November payment. If I can do November to December, that's going to be 200, 250 back into your thing. So I'm saving this 2 months to bang into yours, mate.
Really appreciate that, mate. Thank you.
All right,
Like I
no
say,
worries.
you know, that's one of the reasons why I did the Just Giving page, because you don't physically have the money, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
So,
But
once you-
I'm going to stay anonymous, but I'll just put me too, so you know it's me.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do. You know, I've had quite a few people be anonymous but text me saying I've just donated. So I was like, yeah, sound.
Yeah, I'll do it as an
I'll
odd
put my
amount.
name
Yeah.
Listen, when I'm donating, I'm putting pictures of my boobs up and everything.
Oh, yeah.
You're getting a what?
Can you send me that privately?
Oh, there we are. Exeter chucked in a tenner, so just so you know, so Exeter's chucked a tenner in there as well. So the more
Cheers,
the
Exes. I
merrier.
appreciate that, mate. Thank you.
But
Thank you.
obviously next year, mental health motorcycle. As I said to you, those that follow in the WhatsApp group, Milton Keynes Motorbike Show, which is run by events organised or something. They've been chasing me for the money this week. So I've just
set
run.
up a little thing in the car park. They can't stop you. Don't pay them fuckers anything.
Too late, mate. I've just paid it on debit card. 1,100 quid. I've just fronted for the Milton Keynes Bike Show next year for the stand.
Fucking how much?
1,100 quid.
Are we renting half the bike show?
Yes, we
Mad.
are. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Aye, we don't want to buy the show, Rev. We just want to stand.
Do I get a free fucking blowjob with that or what?
Aye,
I want to.
The thing is,
Greedy bastard.
the Eclipse stand is 15 metres by 5. If there's 30 of us, we are not going to fit in that. I've got the marquees organised. We have got 30 metres by 10 metres.
How many people have confirmed are coming?
25,000, they reckon, next year.
No,
No,
motovloggers.
Oh dear.
Yeah. It works out. If we get 30 people going, it's going to be 50 quid each. So yeah, it's not going to be anything. And I've got
If you had 30 people confirm this,
I've got loads of people confirmed it. I've got a DJ that's doing the video screens. I've got chairs and tables for everybody. So
no. Have you had 30 people turn around and say to you, "I will give you that 50 quid"?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Okay.
Good. I'm glad.
Right, it's only going to cost me 50 quid then. That's all right.
Yeah. So I've got a little list of names. Everybody's. All I've got to do now is just get Simon to organise hotel rooms or beds for everybody.
Yeah, fine, no problem. Hotel rooms are 50 quid a night, plus you have to give me a blowjob, and I'm not fussy whether it's male or female.
Oh dear.
Oh, Solo's just
Gee,
said,
I
just
can wash it this time. That was a bit salty.
No, I ain't fucking washing it. You can have it straight after.
I'll sort out my own accommodation, Simon. You're all right, mate.
He's no sucker.
I've managed to get quite a lot for free. So we've got 6 marquees. So they're 5 by 5 marquees. So I've got 6 of those coming. I've got chairs and tables for everybody. I've got PA generators sorted out. We've got 1,000. I think it's 1,000 kV generator turning up for the back of the stand and all the power. So
That's handy. I won't have to push your fucking bike to start it again then, will I?
You gotta bring some rubber gloves for that fucker, man.
Got a decent battery on it now, so yeah, we're literally the chairs and tables are only like the fisherman's ones with the little cup holder that you.
Won't have a GTI then. He'll have a BMW then.
I'll have BMW by then, mate. Yeah,
He'll be in the gang, won't he? Be in the gang.
I'll be a me too.
fucking me too.
Me too.
Me too.
And he's jealous. That's all it is. He's just jealousy.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, if I had 20 grand to waste on a bike, I'd do it as well, yeah.
Yeah, it worked out. The payment pretty darn good
What's
for 3
Rev
years.
give you it?
You what?
I mean, Rev should lend Simon the 20 grand, interest free forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll pay you a penny a week.
And he wants to change.
Yeah.
Let
He
me-
can get a proper bike.
And a blowjob. Yeah, I've got blowjobs on mine tonight.
Yeah, just lend me a cat for the night. That will do the job.
He'll buy a fucking Royal Enfield.
I did try with hamsters, but you have to wrap them in duct tape, stop them splitting.
Oh, you have to go fucking deeper and worse than anybody, don't you? Fucking hell.
You've taken that too far.
That is too far. That is fucking... That's a YouTube ban right there.
That's your order, Rev.
I'll tell you what, we
Chris,
did.
Chris, did you not believe that was me on the group then?
I don't know. I was reserving judgment. I wasn't sure. I thought maybe you just posted a picture of a track day you'd been at up. I don't know.
I'll tell you what,
I had to get you to confirm it before I would believe it.
You have to get confirmation.
Aye. Assume
We did,
nothing. That's what I've found in life. Assume nothing.
we did a gig. Anyone ever heard of the Young Farmers Club?
Yes.
Yeah, we did a disco for them. There was all. I said, "Oh, so how many of you guys are like arable?" Or, and he said, "Oh, I've got 400 acres and I do wheat, barley, maize, and we do oilseed rape." And I went, "Oh, brilliant! What do you do?" He said, we do cattle." And there was this one bloke there. He said, I've got 9,500 chickens because we do eggs. And I went, "Oh, brilliant!" I said, "Do you keep them all in are they like battery?" And he went, "Yeah." He said, "Because you have to do battery." I said, "Bloody horrible!" And I'm sitting there with a handful of stuff. And he went, I said, "Do you ever get, people that do funny stuff with chickens?" And he went, "No, not really." I said, the last time I was there with chickens, I went, "God," I said, "You ever made love to a chicken?" He went, "No." I said, it's hard giving a blowjob to a chicken." He went, "What is that?" I went,
Fuck's sake, I'm losing the will to live here.
I tell you what, the stage went bloody quiet. I went, "Anyway, next record."
I didn't think a chicken had a manhood, should we say? Is it not the rooster? Is it not the rooster that's got the chicken?
Well, yeah, it would be. Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
You'd be
But
muffed.
now, Chris, I think you're picking holes. You're picking holes in an otherwise deprived story.
Can I ask a serious question? Does anyone know the difference between a rooster and a prostitute?
Go on.
I'm dying to find out.
A rooster says cock-a-doodle-doo.
I thought he was going to come out with, yeah, it is another abba-dabba-doo joke, isn't it? Yeah.
No.
Now he's got to pick up all
Well,
the bits
no
of
one knows
paper.
what to say now after the chicken. Well, boys, I'm tired. Is that the time?
Oh, dear.
Yeah. What time do you knock off, Rev?
She's going to be like, "Why are there loads of bits of paper all over the floor?" "Oh, just joke with the boys. Believe it or not,
Chris, do you want me to send you a set of knee sliders up?
Aye, mate, aye. I'm going to get some leathers and I'll put the bad boys on them.
Get a set of Sparkies.
I was going to take an angle grinder to them, but if I can get a set that's been really slid across the pavement, that'll be better.
So I'll send you some up, mate.
Sweet.
Honestly, though, this is truth. This is so. I used to do like I don't know, a weekend of racing or whatever, and then I'd have all different people who would sponsor us different stuff, and like I say, they'd just send. You know, you'd have a company send you like 10 sets of knee sliders, for example. Or I'd use them, do like I don't know, a weekend racing or a weekend track day or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Absolutely obliterate the shit out of them.
Oh, that looks like a fucking gremlin.
Yeah, so you can see the cameraman on the corner, so you're like fucking hanging off the bike. But yeah, I used to get back, check them off, 2 pictures, stick them on eBay. People have bought them for like 15 quid. I was like, this is fucking stupid.
That's crazy.
But honestly,
So they can kid on, they've been to the track.
Yeah,
I'm just back for a track day, man.
Did you see? There's a video on YouTube of the guy who's got a brand new set of Michelin Road 6s, and he's sitting there he's got an angle grinder with a wire brush on it, grinding the edge off these tyres to get the rubber onto the edge. And then he's like, right, these are up for sale. If you want to buy these are going on eBay, £180 each. And you can put them on your bike and make out you've been on the track, boys.
Man.
I did it with tyres as well. Like when you've used, especially different levels you race at, you can't use slicks, so you have to use like a D212 road tyre. It's more of a softer compound, but it's a race tyre but with a treaded basically.
Yeah.
So I'd use that for like I don't know, 10 laps, 20 laps, for example, on a Saturday, and then I'd have 3 races the Sunday, which I'd take two sets of tyres for that weekend, and both of them sets of tyres would be on eBay Monday. And people buy them for you know, they'd use them for like probably all year track day.
Yeah.
Like
my mate Ross.
I could feel the tyre going off after like 10, 12 laps, for example. Especially when you're doing endurance racing, like you say, you're on there 6, 12, 24 hours. You can feel when the tyre goes off. But yeah, people used to buy my levers and all sorts. My crash levers are ripped to fucking everything. And people used to buy them. I'd be like, I don't.
See, like, I know
the biggest seller was his studded leather pants.
My costless fucking straps. That's what it was.
What were you going to say, Zed?
I'm saying it's like I'm like that on eBay with used women's knickers as well. That's a nightmare. I can't help myself.
My last set of tyres. Let me see if I can find my last set of tyres. Share the window. There we go. I Snapchatted those to my mate. And he went, I said, if you want to buy these, I've got these up for sale. That's my last set of tyres off my CB 600. My last 2 sets when I went out and did the track day. And he went, oh, they're pretty worn. And I went, yeah, but not fully worn, but there's still plenty of tread on them. If you wanted to put I sold them tyres for 50 quid each. So
there's still quite a lot on the edges of there as well, either. Yeah. You can roll it over.
Yeah.
It just reminded me of a dinner. I wanted chicken strips. So.
When we was racing, we never used to call them chicken strips. Do you know what we used to call them? Wanker bands. Each their own. Yeah. But yeah, it's good when you go abroad though, because like I say, when you race over in like Spain or Italy, Czech Republic as well, mate, they come and give you free tyres at the back. Right. If you know what I mean, the different companies like Dunlop or Michelin or whatever, if you're up there, they'll come to the track and give you tyres on the test days, and that's obviously that helps.
Roland's balls are hanging upside down.
He's in Australia, isn't he?
That was perfect timing.
On the topic of tyres, I saw the report that Avon shutting its doors in 2023 in England.
See, when I raced in Almeria, we got given a set of Avon wet race tyres, and there was that many people slagging them off.
Yeah.
You kind of don't want to use them, and I ended up having to use the wets basically, mate. And there was absolutely fucking amazing, and I'd definitely, I wouldn't not use them if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If it was in my budget and that's what I could afford, then I'd go for an Avon tyre, 100%. Because mate, there was just as grippy as anything else that I've used, and you kind of feel like it's like when you buy a car or when you used to buy a car. You know what I mean? Buying a Skoda or whatever. You know what I mean? You want to get the best for your money, but you can only get the best for what you've got, what you're paying. But them Avon, right?
See when I first bought my ZZR 600, the guy who owned it stayed in East Kilbride, and East Kilbride's full of roundabouts, so the whole right hand side of the tyres were absolutely done. So basically, I knew nothing about bikes when I bought that bike, and I bought a set of Maxxis tyres, and everyone on the forum slated me for it. But I actually found out, because I did a lot of research on Maxxis, and Maxxis used to buy Avon's old tyre molds and use exactly the same rubber compound.
The Maxxis, they're the ones who have got the normal tread on the middle, and then tread on the outside.
So they were kind of like not the first, but the first that I knew of that did a dual compound tyre, and that's what I wanted them for, was because I did a lot of motorway miles. I also wanted a soft.
That's one for Andy. Gus has asked best road tyres on his bike.
Back round ones.
I'm on the Road 6. If it's mainly road riding, then you can't go far wrong with Michelin Road 6s in a minute. They're brilliant.
Evening, Hells. Hells in the room.
How many miles you got off yours now, Andy?
I think there's about nearly 5,000 on mine now, but I reckon there's at least 4,000, 4,500 to up. So yeah, they're not doing bad.
I've got about 7,000 on mine, and the back's sweet. The front's like fucking new, but the back's sweet.
Yeah.
And I thought it'd be smashed by now.
I'm going to get double that on the front, but I reckon within the next 500-600 miles I'll have to swap out the back. But that's still right. It punishes the tyre.
Yeah, honestly, they're a good fucking tyre, and it kind of it gives you confidence even in the wet, because they're good in the wet.
They're okay on gravel as well.
Yeah. I mean, I can, like you say, in the dry, they warm up really quick. Within 5-10 minutes, them at temperature. Do you know what I mean? You can get a proper lick on with them. You know what I mean? You can really, and you get some nice. I find you get some good feeling from the front as well when you're riding.
It's good feeling for the front.
There's nothing better than getting a lick on in the wet.
See,
there's no point getting a lick on if it's fucking dry, is there?
No, exactly.
We got 10 minutes there. 10 minutes.
I had Michelin for years and years and years. I had Michelins. Where's my last one? So my last one was sat in the garage. It was sat in there for 2 years, and I said to Phil, I want this. That was my CBR. That was when it first come in. It was mint condition, 9,000 miles on the clock. We actually entered it for Milton Keynes Bike Show.
Sorry, all I heard there was you actually entered it.
We entered it for Milton Keynes Bike Show. That was it after I had it all cleaned up. So it was.
He was getting the lick on, and then Rev entered it.
It was great until the point where I decided I'm gonna run it up home. I'm gonna show the missus how clean the bike is, and then head to the bike show, which was 3 days later, and it got stitched inside of a DPD van. But I got to say, the magnetic Oxford tank bag did stay on the tank.
That's the sorriest sight I've ever seen. I hate bikes lying on their side. Just
Yeah.
to sit.
That was it was
Zed,
gutting.
Rev does it quite a lot. It's all right.
Aye, yeah. I
Zed,
was,
go on, Chris.
I was doing in Largs, right? And there's a guy dropped his bike, and he had one of those fucking airbags on that's tethered to the bike. And you're just standing there. No, you're just standing there chatting away, and the next thing you just heard boom. It's like, what the fuck? And the best it was, see when you ran over, he's like, undo my jacket, I can't breathe, I can't breathe.
When we raced, this is it's a funny story, but it was funny at the time. We nearly ended up having a row in the fucking garage, but the Italian lads had all the airbags. So when you used to walk past him, smack them on the back, and the airbag used to go off. But they had to fucking unzip all the levers, go back.
And then get the
Missenden Flyer wears one of those all the time, doesn't he?
He's fucking gay. That's why.
Yeah. If it goes off, does he look a bigger twat than he already is?
Is that possible?
Right, Zed, I'll show you a photo of my RC8 when I crashed it in the fucking field, and the farmer had to drag it out. And it's lent up a fucking bush. The back end's like this, man. There's no front end on it. There's fuck all, mate. It's fucking destroyed. That was the day I went. I need to start doing track days because I run out of fucking talent pretty quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
That's why I want to take Zed on to Crail. I want to do a straight liners day.
Mate, I want to go and take the GS. I want to go and take the GS and do a novice track day and just go around and fucking obliterate it.
You've got to have about 20 cameras on.
Just get one lap in where I'm just fucking licking.
Yeah. Listen, pink helmet, pink gloves, everything. Just pure luminous letters. Just keep asking the guy, what is it you do here, boys? What is it you do? Just buy them in the corners.
Honestly, man, I just all I want to do is go and do like a novice track day, because obviously all my race licenses have run out now. We're just going to do a track day. Any of you done this before? No.
Mate, see when you're in the pits, make a point of opening your panniers and take out sandwiches and all that. do the work, take out the thermos flask and a wee coffee.
Where's your flask go? Where'd you put your flask?
Yeah. It's like Hell says, he barely wears a helmet, but he goes down the road goes, fucking hell, it's Hells, I better grip hold of this bike.
Mate, I've rid once with no helmet on, and it was so alien. It was fucking hard. It just didn't feel right not wearing an helmet, honestly.
I've done it down my street and it felt great. Just like very slow, see, like 2 miles an hour. Just
when you're doing it around Florida, it feels natural, so it's fine. So.
See when
Chris was doing it in the fucking nod. He was on his birthday suit.
when I where my lockup is and where my house is a wee bit away, so sometimes I bring the bike round if I'm cleaning it without the helmet on, and I felt like, in Tom Cruise and Top Gun on the Zed, and so I felt like that, and then like fucking big fly hit me right in the face, and I'm like, fuck this, man. That was it.
I've had a wasp before. I was driving along and my visor opened and something hit me. It's fucking sore. And I shut my visor. And the next thing, a wasp's crawling up the front of the visor.
Oh, it's no funny. Mate, I've
been there, done that.
He's riding his bike like that.
No,
and you're like in your head, you're going, just keep calm, just keep calm.
I finished my work, and I was my wife was our mother-in-law's, and where my mother-in-law stays, it's just up from the Wallace Monument where I filmed that, because that's on, my mother-in-law stays on Wallace Avenue, which is just off it. And I'm heading in, so my mother-in-law and my father-in-law and my wife and that, they're all standing out. Oh, there's Stuart on his bike, and I'm driving in, and a wasp came in, and it hit me right there, and it wedged in between the padding and my eye. And all my left eye could see was this wasp's arsehole moving towards my eyeball. and I'm trying to act cool for my wife and my mother-in-law.
So it was like, was the stinger like Was the stinger like millimeters
stinger, I
off
could
of
see
you?
the stinger kept on moving in front of my eye. I'm like, for fuck's sake.
Good one for you.
The fucking wasp's arse was like a fucking rabbit's nose.
Honestly, I was like, I've never taken my motorbike helmet off so quick in all my life, and just came out with my helmet. I don't even know how I get the strap off so fast. I just whipped it off and took it off. Oh man, that was hairy.
It's like the first time you have sex, you're like, ah, fucking.
Shorter, handbook's still in.
Getting stung in the eyeball couldn't be nice. I don't imagine that would be nice.
I didn't fancy it. I didn't fancy it at all.
He's got that wasp like
Yeah.
I'm going to shift Peaky. That's better. So I got my Red Bomb logo my side. That's better.
What you mean?
You're being obscured by my Red Bomb logo, Peaky.
You've just messed with the space-time continuum, Rev.
I
What's
know,
going on?
Peaky, you're hosting the show now. What's the
I'm
next
getting
topic?
dizzy.
Welcome to my show. Well, I mean, it is usually the anime that's fucking talking, but
That's all right. I'm trying to stay quiet. It makes a change for me to be quiet for 5 minutes.
Did anyone see the announcement or the statement that Elon Musk made about batteries and the components that go to make up batteries?
nah. What'd you say?
He basically said that for the world to be carbon neutral by 2030, whatever it was, 35 or whatever, he said we would need X amount of battery-powered vehicles. To create the amount of batteries that it would take to produce all these vehicles, we do not have the raw materials to produce all the batteries. Fact.
I read somewhere that if
They're
everybody in the UK went electric, there would be nothing left for the rest of the world.
It's
Aye,
like,
in the UK, it's like a speck.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's like there lies the problem. The solution.
See you later, Gus.
It's like
See, the UK represents something like fucking 8% of the world's pollution or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
We're going to make such a big fucking. It's less than that. It's not even 8%. I can't even remember
Yeah.
what it is, but it's a tiny amount.
Hang on.
You've got to get to hydrogen. You've got to get to hydrogen.
What's going on here?
What's with the fucking Sons of Anarchy fucking clout? What the fuck's all that about? Is he a fucking Hell's Angel on the side or something?
He might have gone off to get his blowjob for all you.
Oh,
Is that not an American rebel flag as well?
He's a way to give the blowjob. Is that not what it is?
Andy.
Is that a Boy Scouts? Is that a Boy Scouts hat up there in the middle, hanging up in the middle?
Andy's been gone
Fucking
fucking
is,
2
isn't
months.
it? I knew he was in the Scouts. He's a Scouts master, isn't he?
Here, Chris, you better watch out because they'll show you his woggle.
Dim, dob.
Do you want to say Martha Peas?
What's it say on the bottom? Stop on the porn.
Stay on the board. Or was it stay on the Porsche?
Fucking hell.
he'll come back onto the camera like that.
Yeah.
We'll start.
We'll fix it for you.
There he is.
Oh, no.
I just agreed that wage rise for the postal workers, boys.
He's back.
Simon,
Had to take one for the boys.
you're in the Scouts. Simon, you're a Scoutmaster or something? You're in the Scouts? See your coat's hanging up in the door there in the middle. There's a hat or something that's got a Scouts badge on it. See right in the middle. Is that the Scouts? All right, it's not the Scouts. All right then.
That is the New Orleans Saints. That's the white hat.
I thought we'd rumbled you there, Simon.
I was going to stand up then. Okay, that.
Yeah, as long as he brushed his teeth afterwards, that's fine.
Yeah. Never brush your teeth with fucking peppermint before you fucking give a blowjob.
Oh, Hell was asking, why does Simon look pissed?
Because Simon might be pissed. It's the first drink I've had in a month.
There we go.
Same here, Simon. Same here, mate.
I'll tell you, I've had a shit week. So
Is that because you
we're
love the
here
on
to
strike?
cheer you up, mate. We are here to cheer you up.
Aye.
Say that again,
doing
Mark.
well.
We're here to cheer them up. Shit week.
I know it must be hard, Simon. Obviously, like everyone must be coming to you to ask you advice as to what's happening with the postal strike and whatever. It's like, I mean, like there might be people that are watching that don't know exactly what you do, but it's a trade union rep, isn't it, for the postal service? So if everyone can understand how hard the job that will be at this time, because there's a lot of politics going on, a lot of politics. The government are playing dirty games. If you read into
like
it.
them.
So
yeah, they are. And this week we got announced that my mail centre alone is going to be having 95 redundancies. And to put that into perspective, that's 1 in every 5 people.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're doing that after paying out over 700 million to shareholders.
Huh. Yeah. I wonder why, eh?
Yeah, and they're also because we are taking industrial action. What they're doing is they're actually cutting all the postmen's overtime, and then if they need anybody above the hours they're allowing per week for postmen, they're bringing in agency workers.
Yeah.
So they're actually making it unaffordable for you to strike.
Yeah.
They're trying to. It's a tactic to break the strikes. That's what they're doing, and we're just finishing off the last or the first of a 48-hour strike.
Yeah.
We've got another one next week, and then we've got more dates planned through December.
Yeah. Simon, like we had, it was like where I stay in Linwood, we used to have the Chrysler car plant.
Yeah.
So like in the mid 80s, I mean, like Chrysler were basically forced by the government to put their car plant in Linwood. Logistically, they had to transfer all the materials up from England, from their main plant up to our plant, to produce cars that they made a loss on to send out, and it was never sustainable. And what was happening was the workers were going out and strike. If one side of the plant had coffee on their drinks machine and the other side didn't, they were going out and strike, and so on and so forth. And I know that Nissan, when they came to England, they basically broke the trade union by the management. The management locked themselves into the car plant and they started manufacturing cars themselves.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, like, this is the kind of tactics that it sounds like the government.
The government passed a law earlier this year that said you can bring agency workers in to do striking workers' work. They actually passed that law earlier this year. It is a new law. So as soon as you go, right, 500 people in this building are taking industrial action, the employer can then turn around and go out and bring 500 people in on agency for one day.
Right, so here's a question, right? Can I ask a question, right? So they've passed this law. Obviously, they're passing this law on our behalf because we've elected them into power in one way or another. Okay? So what happens if there's a general election and the population of the United Kingdom do not vote for anybody? We do not vote any of them in because they do not represent the best interests of us. They've proven it time and time again.
Aye, Zed, they've got us bent over a barrel, but because there's always going to be people that will vote. The rich will vote because it's in their benefit.
But Chris, look at the amount of money that is missing from the COVID face masks. It's billions of pounds.
You're preaching to the perverted here. So
Yeah, I mean, we got a massive problem in this country where we've had a Tory government for the last 12 years, and all of a sudden they've started turning around and blaming everybody else why the country is in a bad state when they've been at the helm steering the ship for the last 12 years.
And they've used the war and they've used the COVID and all that to do what they want
It's
to
excuses.
do as well.
It's excuses. It's all excuses.
But
We can't manage fuck all, and all we do is we create more millionaire CEOs and the upper classes. We get more and more money to them all the time because they're the ones that get us in government and they're the ones that give us money. In the meantime, we're going to drive down the working and blue collar class, which is why last year they actually in the UK completely abolished the adult educational budget, where it was free for you to go out and better yourself.
Yeah.
Reading, writing, prime skills that people couldn't get when they left school or don't have for whatever reason enough qualifications to get a job, where they could go out and for free get them qualifications so they could better themselves and get a job. The government last year actually in the UK slashed the budget to zero. You get nothing for it now.
Because that's dumbing down. That's dumbing down.
It's dumbing down the population, and then they're easier to control. That's what it is. And they've been doing that. They've been doing that for the last 12 years.
But I don't think any party is a reflection of the population. I honestly fucking don't. They're all as bad as each other. They're all as corrupt as each other, mate.
Yeah.
Fucking scumbags.
I mean, people go back to the great days of the Labour government, and I'm not political at all, and I don't, even though I'm a trade unionist, I don't align myself with any particular party. But when people start talking about the privatisation of the post office, for example, that was actually started under a Labour government.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
You can't trust none of them.
Aye, you can't trust any of them. They all went to school together. They all know each other.
And I'll tell you something as well. There was also an agreement that was signed that actually allowed subprime markets to open back up again, and it was Tony Blair and George Bush that opened it up. Now it was closed after the Wall Street crash in the 20s, the Wall Street crash.
Yeah.
It was closed then, where they didn't allow any subprime markets, and then Tony Blair and George Bush decided, you know what, we're going to open it up again. That's when we had the boom time. That's when Northern Rock were offering 5 times your wages for a mortgage. That's when people could afford houses that they wouldn't normally be able to afford. And they created this massive big bubble that had to burst. And in 2008 it did. So each of the big parties are just as complicit as the next.
Yeah, exactly.
I think what we would have to do is like, see as a nation, have a referendum, and the referendum, the only question on the referendum is, for you to be an MP, you get minimum wage with no allowances or subsidies. You get minimum wage. These people are taking £60,000 to £65,000 a year, and they get all their benefits. They get all their subsidies. They get their second house allowances. God, these they're getting about £120,000, £130,000 a year. So you look at a politician that's in politics for 5 years, that's £500,000 that they've earned in our money.
Yeah.
Aye, for sitting there going, hey.
You look at some of them, they're sleeping.
Aye, they're sitting playing on their phones and all that. So you see them.
I reckon they should make them all self-employed and say to them, right, you get paid for the amount of work that you can turn out, like piecework. Yeah. So if you're a builder, you've got to put a roof on a house, you're going to get £2 for putting the roof on the house. If it takes you a month, you get paid £2,000. If it takes you 2 days, you get
No. What you do is you pay them on a results basis, so you get paid for participation. So you want to participate in this campaign, brilliant. If you achieve this, which is good for the people, you get a fucking bonus and all the rest of it. And your basic salary starting off is what you say everybody else can live on in the country, which is 22 grand a year.
Move them into a housing estate. in
I don't
Swansea.
earn 22 grand a year. I'm not on 22 grand a year.
Neither am I.
That's bollocks.
Do you know?
That is what they say the average wage should be and what you can earn.
Yeah.
I'm not on 22 grand a year.
Do you know?
I'm not on 22 grand a year. My bike is more than a fucking year's wage.
They play with the numbers. They use mathematics to play with the numbers, and they've always done it.
Yeah,
Do you know
they
that-
always do it. They always do it. It's like many years ago they reduced unemployment by fucking 2 million or what it is by not making you unemployed now. You're a job seeker.
Yeah.
Did they just
It's fixing the figures. That's what they do.
they just unemployment, but bringing in introducing the sanctions and flinging people off the brew. That's how.
Yeah. So that's what
That's how they reduced unemployment.
They class people as unemployable.
Aye.
If you're a registered alcoholic or a registered drug addict, it's like you automatically you don't qualify for work because you're obviously not fit to work.
Yeah.
So
What's the employment rate like over in the UK at the moment?
Apparently, there is more jobs than unemployed at the moment. Apparently,
Aye, but it's a lot.
But-
Yeah.
every single one of them jobs is a 0 hour or an agency or something. It's not a permanent job.
Oh, okay.
See, I'm good for fuck all till 10 o'clock.
They're doing away with proper jobs now. No one can get a proper job
The thing
anymore.
is-
It's not self-employed. It's
That's
self-employed.
why I don't talk to my kids because I got my. I was Simon knows. I spent 20 years welding for a railway company in Leighton Buzzard. Bloody good money. Got me lad an engineering apprenticeship at 18. Oh, hang on a minute. Hello.
I know you're probably on your stream.
Yes.
Do you want McDonald's or anything?
Oh, I'll have.
Yes, please. I'll have a cheeseburger,
Beardy's head will have
chicken
a big
strips.
Fish fingers.
Oh, and get me 20 nuggets.
Can I get a
Fries, barbecue dip,
Quarter pounder.
Bye.
strawberry milkshake.
I think that was a mistake.
Oh, Oliver McFlurry.
Sorry. Couldn't be bothered to go to college. So basically lost his job. Got booted out of the place. My mum, who's got a bit of money, looked after him, got him a house, and he lives in the house. Mum said to him, "You need to get a job." Well, why do I need to? I've got a house, and I can earn more on child benefit and being unemployed than I can if I go out and do a 40-hour a week work, 40 hours a week job. So he's not worked. He's what is he now? 31. And he's not worked a day in his life. He's spent.
See now, that's a generation thing.
Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, but don't
I've
worry."
worked every day of my life, and I'm
Give me
50.
generation. Give me.
That's a generation thing.
Give me.
Yeah. And he said, but yeah, when Nan goes, I'll get left some money. And when Dad goes, I'm like, no, you fucking won't. You're not having no money because I've left all my money to my nephew now because my kids can't be asked to get off their lazy fat ass and do a day's work. And that's just kids today now. They can't. You'll get more sat on your ass than you will do out doing a day's job.
Do you want to adopt me? Do you want to adopt me, Rev? I've got a job, Rev. Put me in your will.
Rev, he's got an unused CBR 600 there that I moved in fucking weeks.
Hey, I've done more miles than that in the first year than some people have done in their whole biking career in 10 years, mate.
I don't want a happy meal. I want a happy time.
I was waiting for the stroke.
I thought it was a happy ending, is what you was after.
Happy ending, that's it. Happy ending.
You want a happy ending? All you're getting is a happy meal. There you go.
Yeah.
You get your 4 chicken nuggets, twat. Fuck off.
Let me put up the StreamYard link. I've got 2 more spaces available, so if anybody wants to jump in on the bloody StreamYard link. Oh, it's all gone pear-shaped tonight. It went down the rabbit hole very, very quickly tonight.
It went down the rabbit hole.
We've had blowjob and chickens. We've had politics.
Let me just have a quick look at
It's been all over the shop, really, hasn't it?
Oh, go into the YouTube studio. Let's see what's
All
happened.
this talk, I feel like going on strike.
Don't do it. It's not fun.
178 views. You are demonetized for tonight. I wonder why.
I wonder fucking why, because YouTube are a bunch of cunts.
When you put this on telling they bang on about the average wage, what do they reckon the average wage is in this country?
About 30 grand or something.
It's
shit like that.
fucking. They reckon you can live on 22, but they reckon everybody's on about fucking 28, 30 something. Yeah.
Mate, I'm not on 22 grand. I'll tell you that for on this now. I'm not on 22 grand.
For you now. There we
I
go.
mean, I'm not for 30 grand. I consider myself still low paid. Is that wrong?
How much you want,
22
Andrew?
grand once you pay tax.
I'm
don't you
about
actually come in?
32 and a half grand.
Mate, that's a good wage. That's a good
Yeah,
wage.
but
isn't it?
the thing is, you live to your means, don't you?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, you know, for what I do, I think I should be paid more.
I think for me the difference is I'll get something called a war disablement pension. Because obviously I got injured whilst I was serving, so I also get my pension from the army as well. So I ain't too bad, but work-wise, my work. When I go to work as a civil servant, I'm not on 22 grand. I'm not on 22 grand. I clear more than 22 grand, but to go to work, I earn less than £22,000.
What about your evening job, Mickey?
In a freaking dream world, they haven't got a clue.
What was that, Chris?
What about your evening job, Peaky? Your extras?
Only fans.
You pay for that. Them secret fucking face-to-face fucking.
Don't lie, you earn fucking plenty doing that, man. You know.
Welcome to Peaky's special hour.
I mean, just putting things into perspective of what's happening in my world. What's happening in my world is I was talking to a young lady, single parent, in my workplace, and we've done a welfare request for her, and she got paid out some money through the union under the welfare fund. And when that money came through, she said, I'm glad it came through that day because I had to put money on the electricity and I couldn't buy my kids food. And she's taking, and she has taken 2 days induction, so she's lost, I mean, she's part-time anyway, but she's lost 2 days pay this week.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
Working full-time has to go to food banks. Someone working full-time has to go and fucking beg, borrow and steal and say, well, do I feed the house or do I feed the kids?
I mean, the one thing the Tories have done really well in their 12 years, the one thing they've done really well in their 12 years, we've got 100% more food banks now than we did 12 years ago.
Yeah, because what they did was they got their people, they got all their hoity-toity friends that are in the press to normalise food banks to the general masses.
Yeah.
So it becomes acceptable. It becomes acceptable for food banks to be part of our society. I think it's disgusting. It's like you look at now, without politicising it too much. Look at how much money that Britain have put into Ukraine. That if that money had been kept and not given to Ukraine, we could have housed every single ex-serviceman or woman that left the military and had nowhere to stay. Food banks would be a thing of the past. Look at the bad decisions that they made about the COVID PPE. That's how many billion was it? How many is it? 5-6 billion pounds that they're looking for?
Aye, the people that own the companies that got the contracts are all like cousins and relatives, the fucking MPs and shit.
And what they're now investigating is the fact that every one of them deposited large amounts of money in offshore accounts. That the government still they keep putting it under the carpet because they don't want to reveal the secret.
Can I just say one thing there? When I left the army, I lived in sheltered accommodation for 8 months because I have nowhere to live, basically. So my missus and Freya at the time, who's now 19, she lived at her mum and dad's, and I was going back to basically. I left the army and then I was in sheltered accommodation because I don't have nowhere to go, basically.
Yeah.
So I was living in like being back in the army, a fucking room with 60 people, fucking bunk beds, pissed through fucking mattresses and all the rest of it. Sleeping with all your kit because you can't lock it up.
Peaky, I was speaking to a boy actually today. It's like I've got a couple of boys that I know who were in the military, and they were talking about like they were based in Germany. They were sent out to Afghanistan, and there was boys that they went out with that their wives and their families are in the base in Afghanistan. That something happens to them in Afghanistan, that they're demobbed obviously straight away because they're injured, so they're no use to the army, and they get thrown off the base. Mm-hmm. So the whole family's
and this is one of the reasons why the charity I've picked to do this UK round the coastal roads. That's one of the reasons why, because my mate, a fish who died, so his wife now has got 2 kids, 2 lads.
Yeah.
She has a lot of help of us lads. She's only got to put something on Facebook about something. You know what I mean? I'm struggling, or I can't pay the gas, or whatever. Yeah. So we're all like, I'll pay this month, you pay next month, you pay the month after.
Yeah.
The kids need new trainers. I'll buy this month, you buy that month. You do this. You know what I mean? We all obviously we all help each other out.
Mate, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. That's humanity right there.
So this is the reason why I'm doing it for this charity kind of thing, because that means sorry, I'm getting a bit upset now.
Oh mate, honestly.
That means a lot to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That little bit of fucking brotherhood.
Yeah.
Means a lot, like.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's like
it's how the kids' fault. It's how the kids' fault.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, gentlemen, I'm going to have to depart. But good to catch everybody again. Take care. Be safe.
Take care.
Use condoms.
Thanks for coming in, buddy.
Have a puff, mate. Use a condom.
Right. It's coming up for 10:35. So I've been on for 2.5 hours. Oh, talking about
it. McDonald's arrived.
Hey, evening, buddy.
Too late. You're going now.
That's all right. That's all right. We'll stay for a bit. Go on.
No, that's all right. I'll jump on Simon's. It's fine. I've been waiting for about an hour. No, you're joking. Not that long.
It's all right. That Red Bull will be on for another 2 hours now. That'll be him. Back open. You've got McDonald's coming, Rev.
It's that fucking old timers kicking in.
It's happy meal and happy ending. Yeah.
Honestly, if you're going to wrap it, just wrap it, and I'll jump on Simon's. It's fine.
Sure. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to give Simon a bit of airtime because he needs to get his numbers up. So. Right, don't forget Super Sausage on Sunday. So we'll see you there, Peaks. Hopefully,
Super Sausage, man.
I know it's great, isn't it, Chris?
He's always talking about fucking sausage, this guy, man. He's always
got to get down to Super Sausage, right?
A big fucking gangbang, Super Sausage.
Well, I missed out last weekend because it was a vibe show, so I got.
Sausage, that boy.
Is that what that cafe that you go to? Is it called the Sausage or the Super Sausage?
It's called Super
Sausage. Right.
Chris,
Google Super Sausage, honestly.
Chris, we're renaming Larg's Super Vagina.
It's called the fucking sucking sausage.
Have you been there, Peaky? Have you been to the Super Sausage, Peaky? Is it good?
I've had to go to the sucking sausage. I'll do every,
I bet you
every morning.
definitely get touched up there. Definitely, 100%.
The rumour has it the super
Only
sausage.
if you're 6'2" and ride a sprint, yeah.
The rumour has it the super sausage they've got hair around the gates so you can get in.
You get through like that.
Yeah, but unfortunately, nobody can park right because the parking spot is a clitoris.
You park on
You never hit the G spot.
There's only BBB who can park right.
Blue rider goes in the wrong way.
She's the only one that can
Anything
find it.
like the weekend we had when me and Simon went up, someone went and put a fucking bin right on where we go the bikes through.
I seen that in that video. I seen you get in.
They put a fucking bin there.
A fucking roundabout on the way into the car park. Yeah.
No one bothered to move it. It was Simon that bloody moved it in the end because everyone was going round it. And Simon went to move that fucking bin out of the way.
He's lucky he didn't end up with it on the roof, I tell you.
Fucking hooligans.
Anyway, you were saying goodbye, Rev.
Sorry, I interrupted there.
If you're there Sunday, bacon and sausage rolls and coffees are on me again as always.
I'll have a breakfast.
Fuck that, you owe us a full breakfast. Especially for pushing that fucking bike the other week.
Right, cheers for the live stream, guys. We're all jumping down here. Simon GTR 1400. Go check out his live stream. That is up now. As always, it's going to be a quick one. Be well, ride safe, and from RB, it's going to be a good night from me. Take care, guys. See you soon.
See you later, mate.
Super sausage.